Welcome to beautiful Terre Haute, Indiana, a chilly but sunny fall Saturday afternoon for Missouri Valley Conference football here on ESPN. I'm Joey Rourke, my broadcast partner Jim Leisure. Piper Watkins is our sideline reporter for today's contest. Indiana State, Jim, coming off a massive upset over South Dakota State last weekend. Illinois State coming off a win at home over Northern Iowa.
And both these coaching staffs are really hoping to build on that momentum. Coach Brock Spack and his Illinois State Redbirds, they're aware of what the Sycamores can do.
And you look at some of the highlights that are rolling through. We'll have box scores as well, Jim. But again, this Indiana State team, the defense really stepped up in a big way, forcing 5 turnovers.
Well, and that's how you win games when you're the underdog, and they're going to have to try to do that today as well. They got to steal a couple possessions. That's one of my keys to the game.
Illinois State, 430 yards of offense. They had their first 100-yard rushing game by a running back, so they're looking to get the ground game really going.
Yeah, and again, if they don't, they have a huge receiving core, and of course, Tommy Rittenhouse is a great player, so we'll see what they can do.
It's Indiana State and Illinois State coming to you live from Memorial Stadium. We send it down to our sideline reporter, Piper Watkins. Piper, take it away.
Well, it was a gloomy morning here at Memorial Stadium, but the sun has come out for Indiana State's game against Illinois State. Now, just a couple of player highlights here. Sycamore, Rashad Rochelle was named the MVFC Offensive Player of the Week due to his standout performance against South Dakota State. He returned a kickoff for a 95-yard touchdown and added 2 more touchdowns through the air. Meanwhile, Redbird Tommy Rittenhouse is currently 7th in the FCS in passing touchdowns. He has 21 passing touchdowns for the year. So let's see which player ends up brighter than the sun. Back to you guys.
Thank you, Piper. Indiana State hosting Illinois State here this afternoon, Missouri Valley Conference football. Jim, we get to our impact players for today's game. For Illinois State, on the offensive side, it's Victor Dawson. On the defensive side, Garrett Steffen.
Both really good players, and again, there's a whole bunch of players on that Redbird team that could be impact players. These 2 were chosen.
For Indiana State, Rashad Rochelle, and defensively, Nick Gatsko.
Yeah, again, 2 guys who were MVC Player of the Week last week.
We are underway here at Memorial Stadium, and a good kick away for Indiana State's Harry Traum, and it goes into the end zone, and we have a touchback to begin the football game. Again, Jim, this is an Illinois State team, 430 yards of total offense. They ran for over 220 yards in the game. Again, we're going to look at this offense and see what they can do here early.
Well, and they are very well balanced, Joey. And again, I do think that the running game is very impressive. But the thing that would scare me more if I was Coach Mallory and his staff would be the passing game.
Now we do have some injury note updates. Winkers Wright is available today, but we do not know if we will see him. Rittenhouse takes the snap, play action. Looking, now throws it deep down the middle of the field. He's got a receiver caught out near the 45-yard line. Catch brought in. That is 13 for Illinois State. That is Eddie Casper, excuse me.
Well, Eddie Casper is one of those 6 receivers that we mentioned earlier that can catch the football. Great protection, great route, great patience by Rittenhouse.
Hurry up offense here for Illinois State. They're going to run it off the right side, and they're going to get it out to midfield before being brought down. A gain of 4 or 5 on that carry for Illinois State.
That was Victor Dawson, a little kick-out play where they just block everybody on the offensive line to the left. They bring the H back over to kick out the defensive end. Good job of sustaining the blocks and a nice gain on first down.
Rittenhouse coming into the game, 161 of 250 for 1,756 yards, and now they're going to run it. Breaks through a tackle into Indiana State territory inside the 40, working his way down to the 35-yard line. They'll give him the 35, and a big run there by Illinois State. Victor Dawson, again, one of the key players.
Yeah, Dawson already off to a great start, and you mentioned Winkers Wright is their leading rusher, but Dawson is also right there behind him. And, boy, how nice is that when you got somebody a little bit banged up, you can come back with a player like that.
So 2 receivers split out here to the near side for Illinois State. One to the far side. Dawson goes in motion. Now Rittenhouse is going to keep it. He is going to dive inside the 35 down to the 34-yard line, so a gain of 1 on the play. Will bring up 2nd down and 9. A good job there by the Indiana State defense reading that.
You look at the keys of the game there. For Indiana State, time of possession, they want to try to keep this very potent offense off the field. Control the passing game, which we've always talked about, and steal a possession. Onside kick, fake punt, do something to get a possession.
Those are the Great Dane keys to the game. Now they're going to run it with Dawson again, and he is bottled up, but he does dive forward for a couple of yards, and it'll bring up 3rd down and 6.
And if we can pop those other ones back up here, we'll talk through those for Indiana State. Basically, I'm sorry, for Illinois State. Stop the run. They got to force the Sycamores to pass. It's not their strong point. Limit turnovers and penalties. When you're the favorite, don't make mistakes. Get up early and keep your foot on the gas, because we know these Sycamores can upset good football teams.
3rd down and officially 7 for Illinois State. Rittenhouse in the shotgun, wants to throw, throws it to Dawson out of the backfield here to the right, and a nice tackle made on the far side. A nice tackle made by, that is, Xavier Andrews, and that'll bring up a 4th down.
Andrews does a great open field job there. Again, that's a great route. They leak the back out of the backfield. You're going to be a little bit slow reacting defensively, because oftentimes it's a linebacker covering instead of a corner, but he did a nice job of coming up, and if he misses that tackle, it's a 1st down.
So now Illinois State will go for it on 4th down here on the first possession of the game. 3 receivers bunched here to the near side, 1 to the far side. Rittenhouse takes the snap, wants to throw, throws it, a lot of hand fighting, ball low and away, and incomplete over there on the far sideline, and that's going to be a turnover on downs. Xavier Andrews for Indiana State. A nice job over there defending the intended receiver, Dylan Lord.
Well, they brought the safety blitz, Joey, and again put a little bit of pressure on Rittenhouse. You're going to see on the replay, look at all the blue shirts. It's meet me at the quarterback, and he just couldn't basically set his feet and throw. I don't think there was enough contact there to warrant a penalty.
And Jim, Indiana State's defense, again, stepping up. That is, again, something that has happened over the last several weeks.
Well, and again, that's one way to steal possession as well.
Keegan Patterson, the starting quarterback for Indiana State, 723 passing yards on the year, 5 touchdowns to 3 interceptions. And in that win over South Dakota State, Jim, no turnovers by the offense.
Very important, can't give it away.
Patterson in the shotgun. Receiver to the far side, to the near. They're going to go play action. They're going to throw it deep down the left side, and it's going to be incomplete. Incomplete intended for, that was Rashad Rochelle down the far sideline. And you want to talk about Rashad Rochelle. We've talked about, in previous weeks, what a key player he is. Man, he has been everything that's been advertised this year.
Yeah, he came from Rutgers last year and had an impact on special teams and a little bit in the receiving corps, but this year he's really come into his own.
Rochelle goes in motion from right to left. Keegan Patterson in the shotgun. Patterson back to pass, does want to throw, and he overthrows his intended receiver there. Rashad Rochelle in the middle of the field, and Indiana State lucky that's not an interception and maybe a pick 6.
Yeah, I just kind of short-armed that a little bit, Joey. He was wide open, and I don't know, maybe he just Patterson just felt like, oh my gosh, I got to get it to him now, and the accuracy not even close.
So now 3rd down and 10, ball at the 30-yard line of Indiana State. Lance Reese will go in motion. No score here early in this one. Patterson back to pass, wants to throw. He does throw. He's got his intended receiver, Rashad Rochelle, but he's going to come up a yard short, a gain of 9, and now a 4th down and 1. What does Kurt Mallory decide to do here?
Well, the first thing I do as they're going to run the punt team on, if I was going to run a play, I would try a long count. I would try to get the penalty via the aggressiveness of the Redbirds defense, but looks like coaches decided to play it safe. Harry Traum is a very good punter, averages about 46 yards a punt, I believe, and they're going to try to flip the field here.
Traum's been a real bright spot for this Indiana State team, Traum will punt it away, and it'll be fielded at the 22-yard line and taken to the 20, let's see, are they give him the 31? They will give him the 31-yard line. That is a pass from 5'10", 160-pound junior on the return, and with 11 minutes to go here in this first quarter. No score between Indiana State and Illinois State. This is The Valley on ESPN.
Sponsored by Massage Envy. We've got 2 contestants down on the field ready.
on ESPN Plus alongside Jim Leisure. I'm Joey Rourke. Piper Watkins is our sideline reporter today. And you look right there, down there on the field, quarterback Tommy Rittenhouse. What a year he's had.
Yeah, 1,756 yards, 21 touchdowns against, I think, just 4 interceptions. If he gets any more helmet awards, he's going to need another helmet.
He comes in the FCS 7th in passing touchdowns. Rittenhouse in the shotgun. He's going to hit his receiver on an in route. And that'll be good for a first down out across the 40 to the 41-yard line. That is Dylan Ward, the 5'9", 185-pound redshirt freshman.
And just a quick slant there, and again, a first down on the first play, and they're going to go 3-by-1 here with the tight end left.
Rittenhouse in the shotgun. Takes the snap, hands it off. They'll run it straight ahead with Victor Dawson, and he'll run it out to the 45-yard line. A host of Sycamores in there on the play. And you look in there on the play for Indiana State. Jorge Valdez was around there as well. 93, Mason Nip, redshirt freshman on the defensive line in there as well. So second down and 6, ball at the Illinois State 45-yard line, no score. Each team's had a possession. Handed off to Dawson, and Dawson's going to be hit and driven backwards. Hit and driven backwards, and that's 42 for Indiana State. That is Braxton Sampson, the Brazil, Indiana native.
Yeah, listed as a backup, but obviously he's going to get a lot of reps. You're going to see on the replay here, pretty good job by the D-line of just stoning that offensive line. Allows the linebackers to run free, and a nice form tackle there.
Now third down and about 6. Dawson will be to the left of Rittenhouse in the shotgun. 2 receivers here to the near side, 1 to the far. Rittenhouse back to pass. Rittenhouse looking, he's going to throw it. He's got a man, and that's Lord inside Indiana State territory. 25, tripped up at the 18 or 19-yard line. That was a touchdown-saving tackle there by Indiana State.
Really neat route there as they brought the 2 slot receivers crossing underneath, and then the receiver there just finds that soft spot in the zone behind him.
He's tackled by number 2, Robinson.
And Jerome Robinson was on the tackle. Now they'll pitch it to Dawson here off the left side, and a nice play by Kamal Clark coming up and knocking him down at the ankles after a gain of a couple. But Kamal Clark, he's been outstanding for this Indiana State defense.
Yeah, already with 100 total tackles on the season, and just a downhill player, what we call a headhunter. He's just going to, heat-seeking missile. He's going to find the ball, and he ain't going to stop till he gets there.
Casper and Lord split out to the far side. Second down and 8. Ball at the Indiana State 17. Rittenhouse back to pass, throws it out to the far side. He's got Lord, and he's going to break out of 1 tackle, but he can't break out of another tackle. A nice tackle made over there on the far side. That's Xavier Andrews, and we've said his name a lot here early.
Yeah, again, a nice little twist blitz by the linebackers. Coach Mowry and his defensive staff have already decided that they're going to try to put a little bit of pressure on Rittenhouse and not give him all day to throw. If you do, I'm afraid he'll kill you.
Third down and 5. Dawson to the left of Rittenhouse. They're going to run it up the middle with Dawson, and he is going to have a first down inside the 10. Works his way all the way down to the 6-yard line. A strong run there by Victor Dawson.
Well, and again, lots of pressure with the linebackers right on the line of scrimmage, and the problem with that in the run game is that if they do get past that first line of defense, and you saw the missed tackle there, then there's nobody really home except for your safeties.
Yeah, broke off the tackle of Logan Wilson. Did Dawson. Rittenhouse going to hand it right back to Dawson. He runs it forward, and he's inside the 5, down to the 3-yard line. So again, Dawson just lowering his head, lowering those shoulders, and plowing ahead.
Yeah, Dawson, of course, is not going to like my call here, but I'd probably run some play action to him. He's doing a really good job of getting 3 or 4 at a time. I would put the ball in his belly and let him ride it up, and then try to hit something, a little pop pass right over the goal line.
So now second down and goal, ball at the Indiana State 3-yard line. Rittenhouse in the shotgun, Indiana State. Shows rotation, now it's going to be handoff to Dawson, and he's going to be tripped up and tackled at the 2-yard line. A gain of 1 on the play. In on the tackle for Indiana State, that was Micah McNair.
Well, they obviously just gave it to Dawson, and that's fine, always a good option. But I always, when I was in these situations, goal line wise, I always like play action. It just freezes the linebackers. It gives the secondary something that they got to at least be aware of. It looks like Indiana State has subbed in their heavy goal line defense here.
So 3rd down and goal, ball at the Indiana State 2-yard line. Rittenhouse in the shotgun. And goes in motion from right to left. It's Rittenhouse, play action, wants to throw, and he's got a man wide open in the back of the end zone, and that is caught by Max Zybarth, a 6'5", 235-pound junior from Hudson, Illinois, and Normal West High School. And right there, they went to the play action like you were calling for.
Yeah, and again, it's almost always there. You know, you're going to have your tight ends. He actually just released. He did not block. A lot of times you would have them go ahead and block for a count or two and then release. It's really, really hard to defend. I mean, you got a great runner. You could give it to him. That's why the play action is so effective.
So Maldonado will be on to attempt the extra point. His kick is end over end and good. 6:13 to go here in the first quarter. Illinois State strikes first, 7-0. Now Indiana State's offense will look to answer Jim Leisure.
And that's what, you know, again, that's what football is. It's just, you know, either the ebb and flow of it. You got to answer when the other team scores. If you don't, then that can get you in a hole.
7-0. Indiana State trailing Illinois State. This is Missouri Valley Conference football on ESPN.
To the Pike fraternity here on campus for their 100% membership in.
From his time at Indiana State University to today, attorney R.T. Green has shared a connection with Terre Haute. For the last 15 years, he has provided our community with proven personal injury representation. These deep ties give RT, his son Colin, and every member of Team Green Law the local knowledge and insight needed to help you get a fair recovery. See the difference local experience makes. For a free consultation, visit us online at teamgreenlaw.com. Team Green Law, for you, with you.
Dear Friday, let's put good times in gear. We've got power tailgates to power game days and a trailer backup guide that's the champ of the ramp. Heck, we might even cancel Monday. Toyota Trucks.
Right now, lease a new 2025 Tacoma for $279 a month or get 2.99% APR for 72 months on a new 2026 Tundra. Find yours at Toyota.com. Toyota, let's go places.
All right, Sam, here's your new debit card.
Show your Sycamore pride with the official Indiana State University debit card. It's the card that lets you shop like a Sycamore with every purchase showing off your Indiana State University spirit. It's pride, convenience, and fun all in one card. Visit ISUcreditUnion.com or stop by Indiana State University Federal Credit Union to learn more. For a limited time, earn $150 bonus cash when you open a checking account with direct deposit and e-statements.
If there's one thing we like, it's choices. And this fall, your Ford dealer is the place to start. With a full lineup of Ford SUVs, start your adventure in a Ford Explorer, America's all-time best-selling SUV. Break away from the ordinary in a fun-to-drive Ford Escape. On-road or off, it's time to forge new paths in a Ford SUV. The choice is yours. Now get a Ford Escape with $4,000 bonus cash. Only from your local Ford dealer.
Missouri Valley Conference football on ESPN Plus. 6:13 to go here in the opening quarter. Illinois State leading Indiana State 7-0. Rashad Rochelle deep for Indiana State to return this one. Maldonado has it teed up at the 35. And Rochelle is going to fair catch it at the 8-yard line, and so Indiana State will take over first down and 10, trailing 7-0. And these two teams, obviously, in the Missouri Valley Conference met last year. It was Indiana State falling to Illinois State 31-19 in that game. 436 total yards for Illinois State, 358 for Indiana State. 319 passing yards, Indiana State 213. 117 yards on the ground for Illinois State, 145 for Indiana State. A big key in that game, though, 3 sacks by the Redbirds defense.
Yeah, the Redbirds have kind of had their way with the Sycamores since 2000. They are 19-5. The series 41-32.
So now it's going to be a handoff, running it off the left side for Indiana State. That's 28, Dion Brown, and he's going to lose 2 on the play. So Illinois State's defense does a really good job at stringing that one out, and Brown loses 2.
Yeah, that was the leading tackler, 46, Ty Niekamp, his linebacker position. Like I said, leading tackler for the Redbirds.
Keegan Patterson in the shotgun. They're going to hand it off again to Dion Brown, and he is going to run it back to the original line of scrimmage, the 25-yard line. So He gets the loss of 2 yards back on that play, and will bring up 3rd down and 10.
Well, credit the defensive line really that time. Number 13, Patrick Bauer, was the linebacker running free, but the D-line kind of occupied the offensive lineman, and really the running back had nowhere to go, and they defended the zone read on the top side from the quarterback really well. He had to give it.
So 3rd down and 10. Indiana State trailing 7-0. Patterson back to pass. Looking, throws it across the middle of the field, and the pass was deflected, and it'll be incomplete, and 4th down will come for Indiana State. Keyshawn Singleton was the intended receiver on the play. You saw the official immediately say that ball was tipped, ruling out any defensive pass interference.
Yeah, and you're going to see the replay there. I didn't see who got it, but the ball was tipped and clearly behind the receiver. But again, Coach Brock Spack and his defensive squad bringing a little pressure themselves.
So Harry Traum back to punt the football away. It is a sidewinding punt. Going to be fielded and inside the 30 at the 26, and a nice tackle. Down the field, there's a flag on the play as well. A nice tackle made down there by Indiana State's number 2, Jerome Robinson. There is a flag on the field. 5 minutes to go here in this first quarter of play.
It's going to be behind the play, so it's either going to be a block in the back, or it could just be the unnecessary contact.
After the play, personal foul.
So it's going to be a personal foul, unnecessary roughness on the receiving team, so that'll back them up even farther. 5 minutes to go in the first quarter here in Terre Haute. Illinois State 7, Indiana State nothing. Back with Missouri Valley Conference football after this on ESPN. Alongside Jim Leisure, I'm Joey Work. Piper Watkins is our sideline reporter. 7-0, Illinois State leading Indiana State. Rittenhouse in the shotgun. He's going to hand it off, and they'll run it off the left side. That is 21, Seth Glatz. And he'll pick up a yard on the play. That 15-yard penalty, Jim, that really backed up Illinois State.
Yeah, it was just one of those deals where the contact was well behind the play, and it was unnecessary, hence the foul.
And Illinois State outgaining Indiana State right now, 118 yards to just 9. Rittenhouse being flushed out of the pocket. He'll roll out to the right side. He's going to run it, and he is going to take a big hit there on the far sideline as he's pushed out of bounds by Xavier Andrews. And now it'll bring up 3rd down. 3rd down. Ball to 19. Let's see where they're going to put it at. They're going to put it at the to put it at the 17-yard line. So now to bring up third down and 6. Indiana State's defense come up with a big stop here. Rittenhouse in the shotgun.
You see blitz there, both linebackers. Now they may not come. They're going to look like they're blitzing, and they may drop back.
Glatz is the back to Rittenhouse in the backfield. Rittenhouse back to pass, wants to throw, looking. He's still looking. He's got a man here on the near side, but it's too high. Too high for his intended receiver, Eddie Casper. And Indiana State's defense is going to force a 3-and-out. That's what Kurt Mallory's team needed right there.
Well, and they got what they wanted there by showing blitz early, and then Rittenhouse decided to check out of the play. And then you saw the linebackers make a check of their own and decided not to come. So, by showing the blitz early, they were able to influence the play, and they got what they wanted defensively.
So Illinois State will punt it away. The punt is a low-line drive, spiraling punt. And Rashad Rochelle is instructing his guys to get away from it. And it's down at the 43-yard line of Indiana State. Really good starting field position for this offense, Jim Leisure, that's struggled really to get anything going here early on, just 9 total yards.
Easily the best starting position for them. And again, if you're Coach Mallory, you want to go on a drive here. You want to call some plays that are designed to get 3 or 4 yards. You don't necessarily need a home run. Now, you'd take a home run, obviously, if you could get it. But, you want to go on a drive here where you use about 6 minutes and either get a field goal or punch one in yourself. But, again, the key to beating Illinois State today is to keep the football away from them.
3 receivers here to the near side. Rochelle goes in motion from right to left. It's going to be a handoff here off the actually play action. They're going to throw it to Rochelle in the flat, and he's able to get nice yardage there. He'll be across the 45. He'll get it to the 48. Good play design there by John Bear in this offense.
Yeah, lots going on there. Again, Keegan Patterson is reading the defensive end on whether to give or not. He decides to pull, then he rolls out. He's looking at the force player, the outside linebacker. If he takes the quarterback, you throw it.
Patterson is going to step up. He's going to run. He's into Illinois State territory, tackled at the 41-yard line, and he dissected that defense really quick.
Yeah, and again, that very well may have been a design quarterback draw here. It kind of looks like it was. He didn't look really like he was going through any kind of progression. I always like the quarterback draw. It can be very effective.
Now it'll be play action. Patterson rolling out to the right. Now he's going to keep it. He's going to run. He's going to be tackled probably shy of the 35 at the 36, but a gain of 5 will bring up 2nd down and 5.
Well, another nice play by Keegan Patterson. Again, he was trying to tell Reese, hey, look, I'm running. Go get somebody. But it took him a second to figure it out. Otherwise, that might have been a bigger gain.
Osho to the right. Patterson goes in motion out of the backfield. Patterson steps up, throws. He's got a man. That's Keyshawn Singleton inside the 30. Tackled down inside the 25 at the 24-yard line. And Patterson delivered a strike to Keyshawn Singleton.
And he's just doing a really good job of running the team here. Again, you fake the run left, and then he's looking left, comes back, throws right. Really being a pain in the neck for the defense.
Now they're going to throw it out here. And they've got a man. That's inside the 20, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown, Indiana State. That is 83. That is Talon White, a 5'11 freshman from Chicago, Illinois.
Well, and a great block by number 8, Rashad Rochelle, too. You're going to see it out here. You got numbers. You basically got 2-on-1. There's Rochelle's block. Safety couldn't get there in time. Nice job of making somebody miss, and how about that for the young man?
And, Jim, one thing that I've been so impressed by what this Indiana State coaching staff has done, the amount of guys they're able to get into games and get them the experience, and then when you need their name called and the number called, they're able to make the play.
And that's how you build a program, really. You get people involved early. They decide to come back. You start getting better and better each year, and that before long you're one of the top teams in the conference.
Sebastian Lopez drills the extra point through. 2:01 to go here in the first. We're all tied at 7, Illinois State and Indiana State. Jim, we talked about it. Indiana State's offense needed a drive to run the time of possession clock up, and did they do it right there?
Well, again, you got plays that were 5, 4, 6, 8, 12, and then you get the home run off a great block and run.
And here's that replay again. They stacked the receivers on the far side and on the near side, and then Rashad Rochelle with a beautiful block out front. and then, you know, they just took care of the rest himself.
Well, you got numbers. It's 2-on-1. You got a safety kind of coming, but he's too far off. If you can get that ball out of the quarterback's hand quickly, and then here's the key, you got to block on the perimeter. Teams run that play at every level, the NFL, high school, and then the receivers don't want to block anybody, and you lose 3 yards, and then you go, that play stinks. We aren't going to run anymore. No, it's not the play that stinks. It's the player that stinks. Get somebody out there who will block. The old saying, if you want to rock, you got to block.
Spencer Conrad will kick it away, and this is going to go out of bounds, and this will be an illegal procedure penalty against Indiana State. And Illinois State, after going 3 and out on their last possession, will have good starting field position.
Yeah, they actually have a couple of options here. They could back them up 5 yards and have them kick again, and they'll probably take it at the 35. Of course, you could also take it where the ball went out of bounds, but you have to be allergic to winning if you pick that choice.
So 2:01 to go here in this first quarter of play. Indiana State 7, Illinois State 7. You know, you look at the storylines heading into today. The first win over a top 5 team since 2012 for Indiana State, and they were named NCAA FCS Team of the Week with that 24-12 win. Then you look at Sopwith leads the Missouri Valley Conference in receiving touchdowns, and you look at that, 1 of 8 on November 8th, all-time, again. So we'll look at this. 3 receivers split here to the near side. It's going to be Dawson taking the handoff, runs it off the right side, and he's going to be gathered up after a gain of 3 on the play. And on the tackle for Indiana State, that was Nathan Gonzalez.
Well, you see that graphic there, 1 and 8 on November 8th. Well, my only failure as a coach is I couldn't get him to play me on Sunday, I guess.
So 1:37 clock going here in the first. Rittenhouse in the shotgun. Back to pass, looking out here left. Now he's going to step up, being flushed out of the pocket, and he is going to be knocked out of bounds by Xavier Andrews. Good defense there by Indiana State. That's going to be a loss of 1 on the play, and now bring up 3rd down and 7. Good job there down the field by the Indiana State defense.
Yeah, great secondary, but great pressure too. I think, honestly, Illinois State got away with a little bit of a hold, the right tackle position there. I think technically that goes as a sack since it was a pass attempt that went for a -, yard. So
now Indiana State will shuffle their defense. 1 minute to go here in the first quarter of play. Rittenhouse in the shotgun. Looking, wants to throw, does throw here to the near side, and his pass is caught for a first down. That's a first down caught by Dylan Lord, and they'll give it to him at midfield. Xavier Andrews was in good position, but that was just a really nice throw and catch from Rittenhouse to Lord.
Again, you see a lot of blue shirts, some of them coming on delayed blitzes. You're going to be straight man out there, and if you can play man and cover people, by all means, man, put some more pressure on the quarterback, but it is a little risky.
We're down to 25 seconds to go here in the first, all tied at 7. Rittenhouse, back to pass, out of the shotgun, rolls out left under pressure. He's got Dawson, and Dawson breaks out of a shoestring tackle, and he gets it into Indiana State territory to the 49-yard line. And Dawson right there broke out of the shoestring tackle by Nick Yatsko, the freshman from Terre Haute, who's been playing really well.
Well, he has, and that's going to bring us to the end of the first quarter. But again, tackle people, tackle. Don't miss tackles.
At the end of 1 here at Memorial Stadium in Terre Haute, Illinois State, Indiana State, tied in a good one. This is the Missouri Valley Conference on ESPN.
All right, fans, it's time to give our lucky fan a chance to win $500 today. This special opportunity was brought to you by the winners of our Indiana State tight end. All right, lucky fan, you now have 1 shot to take home $500. Whenever you're ready, my friend, hit that kick for $500 in cash.
Welcome back to Terre Haute, Indiana Memorial Stadium. We go to the second quarter. Illinois State and Indiana State tied at 9 here in this one, Jim. This Missouri Valley Football Conference, a lot of NFL connections.
Yeah, there is all over the league, really. I know Indiana State, I think, has 2 people in the league as well. So, and we could, go on and on. North Dakota State, all those teams.
Second down and 9, first play of the second quarter. It's going to be a throw across the middle of the field, and it's caught. That'll be a first down inside the 40, down to the 36-yard line on that catch for Illinois State. That was 85. That was Luke Maylander, redshirt freshman from Elmhurst, Illinois.
Quickly to the line here as he's still getting everybody lined up. But Rittenhouse had all day to throw. I think he's 9 of 11 now, very efficient.
Excuse me, that was Javon Charles. He split out to the far side with Maylander. Rittenhouse looking to throw. He does throw under pressure deep down the field, and it is a jump ball, and they're going to throw a flag. They're going to throw a flag on Xavier Andrews, and they're going to get him for pass interference.
Yeah, and there may have been some contact before the actual jump ball down there, then maybe that's what they're calling. Rittenhouse really just kind of threw that thing up there. He was under pressure, and you could see he just at the last second just kind of flipped it. Watch him here. Just kind of flips it up with one hand. And yeah, it's tough to see there. I mean, again, we didn't have the right angle to see whether or not there was a hold or did he wrap him around the waist.
So we first down and 10, ball at the Indiana State 21. Rittenhouse back to pass, rolls out right. He's going to throw, and he's got it on a comeback route to Luke Maylander. They're down to the 6-yard line, so now it'll be first down and goal.
Maylander is the second leading receiver here. You're going to see a really good route, a nice rollout, and just threw it, pretty much where only he could get it. They got 6 receivers that they use a lot.
Rittenhouse in the shotgun, Dawson to his right. They're going to hand it off to Dawson, and he is going to plow his way into the end zone for a Illinois State touchdown. And it's 13-7 Redbirds with 13:55 to go here in this first half of play.
I'm not sure that there were 3 Sycamore defenders who even knew who had the ball there. Really good job of just put it in his belly, and then he kind of came off the fake, and everyone's just kind of looking around. Where is he? Who's got it? Does he have it? I don't know. Too late.
So now on to attempt the extra point. It is Matt Maldonado. Snap good, place down, kick is through the uprights and good as well. 13:55 to go here in the first half. It's Illinois State 14, Indiana State 7. Sycamores get the football after this break. This is the Missouri Valley Conference on ESPN.
We're the Browns, and this is our account. Our relationship with Riddell really began when we were kids, so when we started our business, it seemed like a natural fit for us.
Riddell's provided all of our financial needs for both personal and business, and we could not be happier with the level of service that we're provided.
Riddell National Bank has helped us grow our business so that we can help grow our communities with the core values that we both share. If you're looking to grow your business, Riddell is your best option.
At Great Dane, we are proud to invest in our people and community. Now announcing new starting wages for trailer assemblers and welders. Assemblers earn up to $23 an hour, and welders earn up to $27 an hour, with no experience necessary to apply. Enjoy great health benefits, advancement opportunities, 401k, pension, and more. We need the makers, people who are ready to make a difference. We need you. Apply today at greatdane.com/careers.
At Bobcat of Daviess County, we play hard and we work even harder. Our sales team is always ready to help you score the right equipment for the job. When you need parts, we have a deep bench. The parts department keeps your machine in the game, fast and reliable. And when the going gets tough, our service team brings the muscle. From routine maintenance to tough repairs, we're ready for the next play. From kickoff to cleanup, we've got your back, no matter the down or the distance.
We are Bobcat of Davies County.
Missouri Valley Conference football on ESPN, 13:55 to go here in the first half of play on the scoreboard alongside Jim Leisure. I'm Joey O'Rourke, 14-7, Illinois State leading Indiana State. Maldonado, 11 touchbacks, Jim, on the year, and he's got the win behind him here.
Well, this is one way to keep the ball away from Rashad Rochelle is take the wind and kick it over his head. He's going to call the fair catch at about the 1.
So he calls the fair catch at the 1, does Rashad Rochelle, and Indiana State will come back on the offensive side of the football, trailing 14-7. And we talked about Illinois State's NFL connections earlier. Indiana State's NFL connections. Jonathan Edwards, defensive back for the Colts, and Robert Tunyon Jr., a tight end for Kansas City. Tunyon had a great, career shortstop when he was in Green Bay with Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah, and Indiana State's also had just always sprinkled 2 or 3 guys in the league, for a long time, way back, into the 70s. So this is a good league. It's a good football.
Patterson hands it off, and now a fumble, and Indiana State dives back on top of it. Nice play there made by Indiana State's number 50, Sonny Okaluna.
Well, again, the zone read, and a lot of teams run it, and a lot of teams run it well. But the problem with it is, if the quarterback doesn't see the same thing the running back sees, sometimes the ball ends up on the ground.
Now they're going to toss it to Deion Brown at the right side, and he's going to be across the 20 to the 21-yard line. And now to bring up 3rd down and long. By the way, that was Okunlola, by the way, on the recovery for Indiana State.
And that's one way to prevent stuff like that. Just turn around, throw it to him. Turn around, pitch to him.
So 3rd down and 13. Ball at the Indiana State, they say 22-yard line down there on the field. 2 receivers stacked here to the near side. Now they'll motion Rashad Rochelle out of the backfield. Here to the near side, 3 receivers are split. Patterson in the shotgun. Patterson looking. He's going to throw it here to the near side. He's got a man, and it's going to be caught and near a 1st down at the 35-yard line. Are they going to say that he was swung out of bounds at the 34? We're going to have to see the official ruling. That was Torrey French. And here it is. Patterson had time and threw a bullet here to the near side. And credit French for really fighting for the extra yards. And so they are going to say it is 4th down and 1. And now Kurt Mallory is not happy here on the near sideline.
They're still over there playing with the down markers, and I think coach is going to call a timeout. If you want this play, you want to make sure it's the right one.
And so we've got a timeout on the field with 12:06 to go here in this first half. Actually, are they going to say timeout or not say timeout? They signaled that there was a timeout on the field.
Well, it might have been an official's timeout because, again, the chains moved. And so then they had to come back, and then they had to figure out, okay, where was I?
And now Kurt Mallory will take a timeout. Kurt Mallory is going to take a timeout, 4th down and 1. Ball on the Indiana State 34-yard line. A big 4th down play coming. It's Illinois State 14, Indiana State 7. This is the Missouri Valley Football Conference on ESPN. Patterson is going to break off a tackle. He's going to dive across the 35 to the 36, and Jim Leisure, the second effort, got it for Keegan Patterson.
They ran a little counter where they brought the right guard and the right tackle, but it was, again, a little give. But that was a quarterback design run, and it was all Patterson because Illinois State did a nice job of kind of stacking it up.
First down and 10. Patterson, play action, wants to throw. He is looking. He's going to throw it across the middle of the field, and his pass was batted down. Intended for, that was Torrey French, and making the deflection, that was 35, Anthony Corona, 6'2", 230-pound sophomore linebacker.
Well, he was the blitzing linebacker, and again, that's what you teach those defensive players is if you can't get to the quarterback to make the sack, then when his front arm, in this case his left arm, comes off the football, leave your feet, jump.
Second down and 10, ball at the 36 of Indiana State. It's going to be Dion Brown running it off the right side. Bounces off one tackle, but then he's tripped up. A nice tackle made there by 34. Is it 34? Yeah, 34. That was Jack Dwyer.
Yeah, Dwyer listed as a backup here, but does a really nice job. You see him there. Doesn't, he has to look through all that junk, and that was a great angle there from our end zone camera. He's got all that humanity in front of him, and then the ball squirts loose, and he's got to come downhill. Nice play.
Third down and 10. Indiana State at their own 36, trailing 14-7. Patterson back to pass, flushed out of the pocket, rolls out right, wants to throw, throws it deep down the field. He's got a man. Rochelle got behind the defender. 15, 10, 5. Touchdown, Indiana State. Rashad Rochelle got behind the defender. And that is going to be a 64-yard pitch and catch from Keegan Patterson to Rashad Rochelle. And now the point after will come to try and tie it up.
Well, it starts with Patterson here. Again, lots of pressure underneath there. It's a blitz. They're in man. Rochelle sees the quarterback scrambling, runs a scramble drill. And then here I thought he was just trying to kill time. You think he was like going to try to run the rest of the half out here. He crosses about 40 yards across the field.
So now Lopez on to attempt the point after. Snap good, place down, kick is end over end and good. 10:52 to go here in this first half of play. Illinois State and Indiana State tied up at 14. Back with more Missouri Valley Conference football after this on ESPN.
Dear Friday, let's put good times in gear. We've got power tailgates to power game days and a trailer backup guide that's the champ of the ramp. Heck, we might even cancel Monday. Toyota Trucks.
Right now, lease a new 2025 Tacoma for $279 a month or get 2.99% APR for 72 months on a new 2026 Tundra. Find yours at Toyota.com. Toyota, let's go places.
Caitlin Clark from the logo.
You know, life would be easier if I could do everything from the logo.
Allow me to assist.
Pickles. It worked. Buckets. Now that's a tomato. Sheboygan.
The answer is Sheboygan.
They match. P-E-Z-O-L. Bottom row.
From the logo. State Farm with the assist.
If there's one thing we like, it's choices. And this fall, your Ford dealer is the place to start. With a full lineup of Ford SUVs, start your adventure in a Ford Explorer, America's all-time best-selling SUV. Break away from the ordinary in a fun-to-drive Ford Escape. On-road or off, it's time to forge new paths in a Ford SUV. The choice is yours. Now lease a Bronco Sport Big Bend for $399 a month or a Bronco Big Bend for $499 a month. Only at your local Ford dealer.
At Indiana State University, we're all in for you. So you can be all striving, all thriving, all achieving, all the time. Bring your hustle, your drive, and your ambitions. Match it all with opportunities that make your resume sing. Work on real-world projects as part of your degree. Find your people in a welcoming community. So, are you in?
Welcome back to Missouri Valley Conference football on ESPN alongside Jim Leisure. I'm Joey Rourke. 14-14, Illinois State and Indiana State knotted up in a good one here in this first half with 10:52 to go. Conrad will kick it away for Indiana State. All teed up at the 35-yard line, excuse me. Now they're going to go with a pooch kick, and it is going to be caught at the 48-yard line. And that'll be great starting field position for Illinois State. That was Andrew Rockford, a 6'3", 200-pound senior. And right here, Jim, the replay from the 64-yard touchdown from Keegan Patterson to Rashad Rochelle, his 5th receiving touchdown of the year. Keegan Patterson's 6th passing touchdown of the year.
Well, from that end zone camera, you saw 46 Niekamp blitzing, and he wasn't the only one that blitzed, and it just, again, put the secondary in man coverage and a good rollout by Patterson.
That was a 7-play, 75-yard touchdown drive to tie it up. Rittenhouse out of the shotgun. He's going to pass it to the far side, and he's got his man, 85, Javon Charles, a tight end from Glen Heights, Texas, DeSoto High School, a 245-pound senior. So into Indiana State territory, Illinois State goes with 10:35 clock running here in the first half.
Well, that pooch kick gave Redbirds excellent field position. They just run just a real quick clearing route. Slot receiver just goes 4 yards, cuts left.
Rittenhouse, play action. There's a hold on the far side. Flag does come out. The pass was thrown and completed here on the near side. That was caught by number 11. That was Scotty Preston Jr. Tackle was made by Amon Glass, but that's going to be a holding call, and that's going to bring this one back. Looked like Gonzalez on the far side of the defensive line was held.
Yeah, if we get a replay, I don't know if we will, but watch the top of the screen. The defensive end here, his shirt basically is being pulled off of him. I don't know all the rules, but I can believe that's got to be a violation of some sort.
Yeah, and that was Javon Charles, guilty of the holding penalty. So now the ball will go back to the 47-yard line of Illinois State, 2nd down and 16. Running back goes from left to right. They are going to hand it off, run off the left side, big running room in Indiana State territory. It's a first down inside the 40, down near the 35. That was 21 for, I believe, Illinois State on the carry.
Yeah, that was Seth Glatz. He's listed as a kick returner, but there's a great shot there from that end zone camera of how long the quarterback reads that thing. And he'll even hop alongside the running back for a second if he has to.
So first down and 10. Ball at the Indiana State 37. Rittenhouse back to pass. Throws it here to the near side, and it's wide of his intended receiver, Daniel Sobowitz. And it'll bring up 2nd down and 10.
Yeah, first time we've heard Sobowitz's name called. He is the leading receiver, but I think he came into the ballgame maybe a little banged up. Rittenhouse, again, 8 of 10 in the first quarter and has been relatively efficient in the second quarter as well. We'll get halftime stats, but he doesn't miss fire often.
11 out of 14 for 119 yards and a touchdown. Glass goes to the right. They're going to hand it off to him, and he's going to break off a tackle. He's going to bounce it out to the left side, and he's going to carry it to the 30-yard line. And Glatz with a nice bruising run there, bouncing off tacklers. Makes it 3rd down and manageable.
That's a really nice-looking running back, and again, just keeps the legs moving and doesn't give up on the play. And keep in mind, he's the 3rd leading rusher on this Redbird thing.
So 3rd down and 3. Rittenhouse hands it off to Glatz. Glatz up the middle, first down, barrels his way inside the 20, and he's going to be upended at the 18-yard line, and that'll be a first down for Illinois State as they head into the red zone.
Really nice job by that offensive line for Illinois State, getting up to the linebacker depth, and then once you get the kick-out block on the defensive end, if you got those linebackers covered, it's a pretty nice play.
Ball at the 18-yard line of Indiana State. Rittenhouse hands it off to Glatz. Glatz is going to carry it inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. Gain of 4 will bring up 2nd down and 6.
Speaking of that O-line, we'll give him a little love here. The left tackle, Jake Pope, the left guard, Landon Woodard. And quickly to the line here, but Jack McGarry's the center. We'll go through a couple more here in a second.
8:20 clock running. 2nd down, ball at the 14-yard line, Indiana State. Rittenhouse wants to throw, flags, and a false start is going to be called, and that's going to back up Illinois State 5 yards. I was talking with the radio play-by-play guy for Illinois State, John Fitzgerald, and he said that this offensive line, they had some injuries early, had to move some guys in, rotate some guys around, really felt like they were really starting to gel.
Well, that's one of the things that when you do have injuries, if you're lucky, that you're going to get kids in there that are going to play positions maybe they're not used to, but they do start to figure it out. Then when you start getting people back, you're just even more formidable.
8:16 clock running. Second down and 10. Rittenhouse in the shotgun. Glass to his right now. Rittenhouse barks out some signals. Indiana State will shift their defense as well. Rittenhouse back to pass. Here comes Kamal Clark on a blitz. He's going to throw it into the end zone, and the pass is going to be incomplete. But there are flags all over the field, and they're going to get Amon Glass with a pass interference near the goal line.
Well, left him in man coverage again. Blitz, blitz, blitz. Both of these ball clubs are trying to get pressure on the quarterback, and it just puts the defender in a difficult spot there. So it gives time to talk about the right guard, Micah Barnhart, the right tackle, Ben Wallace, and you mentioned the tight end earlier, Javon Charles. So pretty good group here. They got 14 points on the board here and driving for another. So, assuming that they get in the end zone here, then that's, that you're on path for 42 points.
And so right here, they're going to see the replay. Rittenhouse was just throwing that off his back foot up for a prayer, and then Glass just got kind of beat by Sabowitz, and he had no other choice but then to grab him. And now the ball will go down to the 5-yard line.
Yeah, that's actually, a bit of a defensive philosophy. If you're just absolutely beat, go ahead and grab him, take the penalty. Don't give up the touchdown, make them earn it.
Rittenhouse in the shotgun, Glatz to his left, 2 receivers split to the far side, 1 to the near side. First down and goal. Glatz takes the handoff, and he's going to carry it down to the 4-yard line. Gain of 1 on the play. Good defense. Good job by the Indiana State defensive line. And also coming in to make the play, it was Drew Covington.
Yeah, very similar to a play that they ran earlier. It's either a long, call it a long trap or a kick out, but that time they did not get the Will linebacker.
Second down and goal. Ball at the 4. Glatz will carry it ahead, and he's going to be tackled at the 3. After a gain of 1, Kamal Clark on the tackle for Indiana State coming down from that safety position.
Well, the zone read, and Clark does a really good job of cat and mousing it there with Rittenhouse, kind of forcing him into the give and then closed hard flat, and that's what they're coached to do. And Rittenhouse probably immediately regretted giving it up, because if he'd have kept it, he'd have walked in the end zone.
Third down and goal, and Kurt Mallory is going to call a timeout. So Kurt Mallory with 7 minutes to go is going to burn his second timeout here of the first half. Illinois State still has all 3 of their timeouts. And you look at total yards here in this game, Illinois State 217 to Indiana State's 141. Illinois State just a yard shy of 100 yards. They're at 99. Indiana State at 15. Passing the football, though, both teams have been really efficient. You look at Rittenhouse, 11 out of 14 for 119 and a touchdown. Keegan Patterson, 6'10 for 126 and 2 touchdowns.
Get a good look there at Brock Spack. Of course, Spack was a defensive coordinator for some pretty good Purdue teams under Joe Tiller many years ago, and just has had a great run here at Illinois State.
And you look at it this day and age with all the movement around college football, to have that type of tenure and be able to produce the type of success that he does year in and year out says a lot about his coaching ability.
Well, that, and you know what, some coaches will tell you that, instead of just constantly chasing the next best job, why don't you make the place you are the place to be? I mean, what's wrong with going to a place and establishing yourself and having, lots of success and having it, carry over for years and years? Sometimes you can chase, that rainbow and end up getting fired, basically, after you go 2-9 a couple of years.
Kurt Mallory in his 9th season, the 2018 MVFC Coach of the Year, and on third down and goal out of the timeout, it's going to be a touchdown pass from Rittenhouse to Dylan Lord, the redshirt freshman from Chandler, Arizona, and Illinois State back on top 20-14.
Well, again, this is a pre-snap throw here. He makes a decision, sees the defense, and says, okay, he's got him, and you know what? That guy can't cover him, so they throw the quick out, touchdown.
What was an easy pitch and catch there for Illinois State. Maldonado on to attempt the point after. He's been perfect so far. Snap down, places down, and the kick is good as well. 6:57 to go here in the first half. It's Illinois State 21, Indiana State 14. The two teams trading points back and forth. This has been a good one here so far in this first half.
Well, and Indiana State has had two big plays that account for their 14 points, and I think Illinois State's had a little bit more of consistent drives, and they're using the clock. Time of possession right now, I think, would clearly favor Illinois State. If you can,
yeah,
look
time
at
of possession right now. Illinois State 16 minutes and 14 seconds. Indiana State 6 minutes and 49 seconds.
So there you have it. And again, that's how you win games too, is you keep the football away from the other team. Now, some people say, well, that's just, obviously, you can't score if you don't have the football, and they think of the offensive side. But no, the defense can't score without the ball either. The defense can't score unless you give them the ball, unless you throw it to them or lay it on the ground.
Well, you talked about the consistency on the offensive side of the ball. Illinois State's faced 8 third downs. They're 6 of 8 on third down.
75%, and coming into the ball game, I had them at about, I think, 43%, so way above average.
Maldonado has the ball teed up at the 35. Wiest and Rashad Rochelle deep for Indiana State. Rochelle is going to catch this one, and he's going to bring it out of the end zone. Now he's going to go reverse to Wiest. Wiest is going to carry it across the 15, tackled at the 16-yard line. So a little trickery on the kick return by Indiana State. Tackle made there on the far side. That was 38 Ben Cooper, a 6'1", 220-pound redshirt freshman from Des Plaines, Illinois, Maine West High School.
Well, you saw in our pregame highlights from last week, the Sycamore scored, I believe, an 85-yard touchdown on a reverse. And so they know, of course, that Illinois State has that film, so they try to go the counter off of it.
Yeah, and Rashad Rochelle was a 95-yard.
95, okay.
Touchdown reception on the opening kickoff of the game. Patterson in the shotgun, sends a man in motion out of the backfield. That's Osho. Patterson under pressure. Now rolling out right. He's going to keep it. He's going to make a man miss, and he's going to run it out to the 20-yard line. Keegan Patterson showing his elusiveness right there.
We're also starting to see a little bit of the chess game here. Both teams have been blitzing a lot and playing a lot of man coverage. That time, Illinois State showed blitz. At the snap, everyone drops out. That was zone. And just too many guys back there. He had no one to throw to.
Patterson in the shotgun. Play action. Throws it here to the near side. That's Keyshawn Singleton, and Singleton's going to be hit shy of the 25. It'll be a nice gain. It'll bring up third down at about 2.
Right, so Cam Wilson there is the field corner. You saw him switch sides now as the ball is on the left hash. And again, great open field tackle.
So gain of 5 there. Ball at the 24-yard line of Indiana State, trailing 21-14.
A lot of teams will have their better open field tackler play field corner, and then you have a boundary corner, which is the short side.
Third down and 2. Patterson. Play action. He's going to throw it to Lance Reese, and Reese has it go off his hands and incomplete. And it'll bring up 4th down and 2. And right there, Reese just tried to run with the football before he had it. Good play design, but Indiana State's going to have to bring the punt team on.
Yeah, they run a little slipper out there. You saw Reese kind of act like he was going to block and then slips off into this flat. And like you said, you catch a football with your eyes, and we tell kids that all the time. They say, no, Coach, I catch it with my hands. No, you know what? Blindfold yourself and see how many you catch. You're not going to catch them. You got to look them into your hands.
Perry Traum stands at his own 10-yard line. His punt is away, end over end, and it is going to take an Indiana State bounce. It's going to be fielded at the 28-yard line, and good coverage down the field. Good coverage down the field there by Indiana State. On the punt return, that was Eddie Casper, and Indiana State did a great job down there. I see Jerome Robinson, Braxton Sampson, just a couple of Sycamores in there.
Well, I don't blame Casper for trying it. You want to get the big hop, and you don't want it to roll further along. So he tried it, didn't work. Good coverage by the Sycamores.
So 5:33 to go in this first half on a sunny, chilly day in Terre Haute. You look at the series history. This is the 17th all-time meeting. Actually, that is not the case. Indiana State trails the series 40-32-2.
And we talked about it earlier. 40-32 sounds kind of even, but Illinois State has had their way since 2000.
Now Rittenhouse rolls out, throws it to Casper here on the near sideline. And that'll be a catch shy of the 35 at the 34. A gain of 7 will bring up Second down and 3.
Illinois State here, and they're kind of, some coaches call it a 4-minute offense. Obviously, see if the clock is at 5:15, but this is not quite hurry up, but, you know, let's get across midfield and see what we got.
Dawson will take the handoff, runs it off the right side, makes one man miss, and he's across the 40 to the 42-yard line. Right there, Indiana State had the chance to bring him down early, but credit Dawson breaking out of it. He picks up a first down. Actually, they're going to give him the 39-yard line. So they're going to say that he was down before he was able to get it across the 42. So Rittenhouse in the shotgun, 3 receivers to the far side, 1 here to the near. 4:33 clock running. Illinois State has all 3 timeouts. Indiana State has 1. Dawson off the right side to the 45, maybe even the 46-yard line. And that'll be a good gain on first down and bring up second down and short.
Dawson does a great job of being patient there. You know, again, we call that slow to quick through. He was slow to the line of scrimmage, let the play develop. When he saw the hole, he exploded through.
And timeout is being signaled on the field. And they're going to have a review here. I don't know what they could be reviewing. Jim Leisure.
Pretty simple, you know, dive play really. Again, get a replay of it real quick maybe, and maybe the spot, I guess. But you know, the one I would have reviewed was the other. See how again he's very patient, and they're going to see it whether or not it was head to head.
So targeting, you think they're reviewing that?
Yeah.
Okay, Gonzalez was the initial Indiana State defender to come in and wrap up Dawson. Then it was Kamal Clark coming there at the end, and so they're reviewing, we think, what could be a potential targeting call. With 4:07 to go here in this first half, you look at the total yards again. Illinois State 239, Indiana State 149. Rittenhouse through the air 13 of 16 for 129 and 2 touchdowns. Victor Dawson 13 carries for 60 yards. So again, here's that replay. Gonzalez has him, and I believe they're probably.
Yeah, that's going to be huge.
And that's Kamal Clark.
It is, and you know, it is the rule, and we've debated this, you know, with coaches about maybe the first one ought to be, you know, a 15-yard penalty, the second one ejection, but that's not the rule.
So they upheld no targeting.
Okay,
so
very, very close.
To me, the way Dawson's head was down and the way, again, that's the biggest thing when you have the questions coming about that.
Yeah, and I wonder, and I don't know this for sure, but I do know that every year the rules committee gets together and they look at things and they say, you know, should we alter this rule? Should we change this rule? Should we change the way we officiate the rule? And that might be part of it. Like, hey, he dropped his head too, and fair is fair.
3:55 to go. Rittenhouse in the shotgun, actually going to fake the handoff to Victor Dawson. He's got running room out in front of him in the Indiana State territory, inside the 45 to the 42-yard line. That was a good read there by Rittenhouse.
Yep, it's absolutely just a good read. And getting back to that targeting thing, I have seen it called on an offensive player. It's very rare. Maybe I've seen it twice. But most of the time it's the defensive player who comes in with the crown of his helmet.
Rittenhouse goes hard count. Now we'll change the play at the line of scrimmage. 3:24 clock running. It's going to be Dawson running it off the left side, and he's going to try to get to the corner, and he's going to be forced out of bounds. Kamal Clark, Jorge Valdez. Actually, that's Xavier Andrews, 15, along with Jorge Valdez over there on the far side, running him out at the 35-yard line.
Xavier there with his little short shorts. As you see, a lot of players are going with the Sands knee pads nowadays.
Rittenhouse in the shotgun with Dawson to his right. 2:55 clock running. It's going to be Dawson off the left side, and he's going to be hit. And he's going to be hit at I think they're going to give him the first down at the 32-yard line. So needed to get to the 32, and they give him the 32, and they will move the sticks. And Jim, with 2:37 clock running to go, Illinois State not in any hurry. They've got 3 timeouts, but if you're Indiana State, you get the ball to begin the second half, this would be a huge defensive stop to hold them with no points or maybe just 3.
Yeah, it would be a win for a field goal here.
Play action. Rittenhouse throws it deep down the middle of the field, and it is going to be incomplete. It was intended for Sabowitz. Xavier Andrews had the coverage down the field, and now to bring up second down.
This kind of brings me back to my previous point about the 4-minute offense. They're executing it perfectly. Again, they had about 5:15, but you know that you want to go down and hopefully score with no time left or very little time left for Indiana State to answer.
Rittenhouse in the shotgun, Glatz to his left. Second down and 10, ball at the Indiana State 32. Play action, they throw it out here quickly. A screen pass set up to Dylan Lord, and he's going to get it inside the 25 down to the 23-yard line near a first down.
Remember, the normal scoring runner out of bounds and stuff like that will only kick in after the 2-minute timeout, so they'll quickly start the clock.
And we have reached a 2-minute timeout here in the first half. It's Illinois State driving, leading Indiana State 21-14. Back with more Missouri Valley Football Conference, or actually back with more Missouri Valley Conference football on ESPN.
Under Armour is proud to partner with Indiana State Athletics. Together, they're driving performance and future.
It's Missouri Valley football on ESPN. Third down and 1, ball at the 23-yard line of Indiana State for Illinois State, leading 21-14. Rittenhouse in the shotgun. Takes the snap. They're going to hand it off to Glatz. He's got a first down inside the 20 to the 19. And Illinois State goes into the red zone with 1:56. Clock momentarily stopped.
We talked about before the break there, after the 2-minute timeout, you go back to traditional clock stoppage rules.
1:48, clock running. Rittenhouse, pressure coming. They set up a screen, and they've got Glatz, and he's got big running room in front of him. And into the end zone he goes. It is a 20-yard touchdown pass from Rittenhouse to Glatz, and it's 27-14. Perfect play call right there by Illinois State.
Yeah, timing, but watch the execution there. Those big offensive linemen that we talked about earlier. Glatz actually just runs past him. He's like, you know what, honestly, by the time you guys get there, the half will be over. I'm just going to pass you up. It's all right.
Maldonado on to attempt the point after. 1:39 to go. Maldonado's kick is good, and it's 28-14. Now he's 2-score lead for Illinois State with 1:39 to go. All right, Jim, you're Indiana State. You've got one timeout remaining. You're down 2 scores with 1:39 to go. You get the football back. How do you attack this offensive possession?
Well, I like that. I mean, if I was Indiana State, obviously you're in a passing situation, so run screens like they did. Now, they don't have to be tailback screens, or they can be spot screens or what we call rocket screens. where the wideout comes back inside. You can always stop the clock on offense, by spiking it or running out of bounds. Again, traditional clock stopping rules now apply under 2-minute timeout. I'm not worried about the timeout so much, but you got to mix it up. You're in a clear passing situation, so run plays like draws, quarterback draws, screens, intermixed with your regular plays. Now, we used to have basically 4 plays that we would go into a game with. We would change it every week. And we would run that pass, counter, option, pass, those 4 plays, and we would get to the line. Everyone knew what we were going to run. We did. The defense didn't, but I like this too. Take the fair catch there, so you don't run any more time off the clock. But you got to have 4 plays that you can run at the line of scrimmage right now. You can't huddle. You can't even stand around in what they call sugar huddle. You need to get up to the line of scrimmage and run football plays. Also, tell your receivers, don't fight for the extra yard. I don't need the extra yard. I need you to get out of bounds. I need you to stop the clock. You may fight for another 3 yards, which normally that's a good thing. Not here.
Illinois State does have all 3 timeouts remaining. Indiana State again with just 1. Patterson will be in the shotgun. Dion Brown will be to his right. Play action. Patterson steps up, throws. He's got a man. That's Rashad Rochelle, and Rochelle trips at the 32-yard line. So now we'll bring up 2nd down and 3 as the clock will tick under 1:20 to go here in this first half. Patterson takes the shotgun snap. Steps up, wants to throw, does throw, and he's got Keyshawn Singleton, who bobbled it, now breaks out of a tackle, dives to the 40-yard line, and with 1:10 to go, it'll be a first down, and the clock will stop.
Well, and you saw the receiver there take the ball to the umpire. That's another thing. Don't throw it to him. Take it to him. If he drops it, then more time ticks off.
Patterson under pressure, rolls out right, still looking. Patterson's going to run it, and he is going to be forced out of bounds at the 40-yard line. And the clock will stop with 59 seconds to go.
Yeah, good choice there. He obviously could have thrown it too as well and thrown it downfield for the incompletion. Probably would have been 6 one way, half dozen the other. Incomplete pass or just run out of bounds. I think maybe he lost a yard.
Yeah, they say he's going to lose a yard. 2nd down and 11. Patterson in the shotgun. Looking left. Now he's going to throw it, and it's intercepted. Intercepted across the middle of the field. And that was 13. That was Patrick Bauer, the 6'3", 235-pound sophomore linebacker.
Looking to see here, I don't see that he has any interceptions yet on the season, so I assume that would be his first. Now, if your coach's back here, hey, man, going to go try to punch another one in here. You got all 3 timeouts in 53 seconds.
Yeah, and right there, Bauer just dropped back in coverage, and Keegan Patterson didn't see him. So now it'll be first down and 10, ball at the 48-yard line of Indiana State for Illinois State, who has all 3 timeouts remaining. Indiana State did not turn it over in the win at South Dakota State last week. They're +5 in the turnover department in that upset of the Jackrabbits. Rittenhouse sends Dawson in motion out of the backfield to the left side. Rittenhouse looking to throw. He's under pressure, now rolls out right. Now he's going to throw it, and he's got a man. It's caught inside the 30 and out of bounds at the 29-yard line, making that catch. It was Kavion Mack, a 6'2 senior from Peoria, Illinois.
Well, again, very smart getting out of bounds. Don't need the extra yard.
Ball at the 29-yard line of Indiana State. It's going to be Dawson. Carrying it up the middle, now bounces at the right side. He breaks a couple of tackles, and he's taken 5, 6, 7 Indiana State defenders with him all the way down to the 15-yard line, and that will be a first down. The clock will stop. Momentarily will Illinois State burn a timeout. They will not. They go quickly to the line of scrimmage. It's going to be Dawson again, breaks a tackle. He's going to dive to the 4-yard line after being tackled by Indiana State. In on the tackle for the Sycamores, that was 38. 38 for the Sycamores. That is DJ Griffith. And now a timeout taken with 26 seconds to go.
Well, this is absolute precision here, Joey. I mean, the 4-minute offense they ran to perfection, and now they're running the 2-minute offense to perfection. You see Coach Spack in there in the middle there with his camouflage hat. He's kind of, obviously trying to fire the kids up and tell them how important this is. And, the offensive coordinator, God bless him, had to run all the way down the sidelines to get the timeout, and they got it. So, again, what do I run? I've said this for years. I guess it'd be pretty easy to defend me and if you were a defensive coordinator, but I'd run play action here, either play action pop pass to Charles or, maybe a quick slant coming in off the edge. But I'd throw it.
Dawson now 17 carries for 95 yards and a touchdown. Total yards, it's Illinois State 337, Indiana State 163.
Yeah, that stat's getting a little more lopsided, obviously, as the score does. Early on, it wasn't too bad. Indiana State was about 60 or 70 yards behind, but now.
Dawson to the right of Rittenhouse. They're going to fake the handoff. Rittenhouse is going to keep it, and he's into the end zone for an Illinois State touchdown. 34-14, the 17th-ranked Redbirds have opened up a 20-point lead with the point after to come.
And don't forget the block here by number 11. That's Scotty Presson Jr. right boom there. Not a devastating block, but that's one of those deals where we used to tell our kids in basketball that's an illegal pick. In football that's a touchdown spring.
Maldonado on to attempt the point after. His kick is good, and with 22 seconds to go here in this first half, Illinois State a 3-score lead, 35-14.
Well, points off turnovers, we just talked about it. A team can't score unless you give them the football, and Indiana State gave it to them by throwing it to them.
And you look at Illinois State in this one, they have 6 drives that have resulted, actually 7 drives, that have resulted in 5 touchdowns.
Efficiency, again, we don't maybe not have a lot, but the ones we got, quality over quantity.
So now with 22 seconds to go, Indiana State will get the football back.
Although, just to clarify, 7 possessions in one half is a lot.
Yeah.
We had some games where we were lucky to have it 3 times.
So Maldonado will kick it away from the 35. His kick is a low squib kick, and it's going to be downed at the 20-yard line by Indiana State's number 87, Lance Reese, the senior from Marshall, Illinois, the Wabash Valley product. So 22 seconds to go. Indiana State trailing 35-14. We were tied at 14.
Yeah, so Illinois State there kicked it on the ground, the squib, hoping that Indiana State would pick it up and just, run some time off the clock. But Reese and, the kickoff return team were obviously coached out of that. Just cover it, and we'll play from here.
Indiana State appears they'll go into a kneel down here and take this one to the half. Patterson takes the snap, does take the knee. And that will take us to halftime here in Terre Haute. At halftime here at Memorial Stadium, it's Illinois State, the 17th-ranked Redbirds 35, the Indiana State Sycamores 14. We've got the halftime show coming up. After this, this is Missouri Valley Conference football on ESPN+.
Let's see how the first half.
Terre Haute. It's Missouri Valley Conference football on ESPN Plus. 35-14, the Illinois State Redbirds leading the Indiana State Sycamores here at the half. And Jim, this was a game that early on saw the teams trading points back and forth, but there at the end, Illinois State, put some real distance between them and the Sycamores.
Well, it's been two big plays really for Indiana State that led to touchdowns, and other than that, Illinois State has just been a lot more methodical. Get the ball, go on long drives, finish with big plays. It's been really all Illinois State minus the two defensive breakdowns, but credit the Sycamores for taking advantage of those situations.
35-14, you see the highlights here. Victor Dawson on a really nice carry, and Dawson in the first half, he really carried the football well for this Illinois State team. And Keegan Patterson, other than the interception, I thought he was really efficient in that first half. You see a completion there to Rashad Rochelle, and then it was Rittenhouse to Dylan Lord, who caught it just on a simple slant across the middle. He did the rest. And then you look at Torrey French. He caught it on a screen pass there on the far side, took it in for the touchdown. And then Victor Dawson again into the end zone. Dawson very efficient here in the first half.
Yeah, and this is going to be a really nice catch and run here, right almost to the sticks, and it'll be just a yard short.
So you look at first half stats presented by Riddell National Bank. 341 total yards for Illinois State, 162 for Illinois State. A real balanced attack there for Illinois State.
Yeah, the big zero there at the bottom again. When you're the favorite, don't turn it over. Don't give people opportunities to beat you. They've only got 3 penalties. 2 of those were holds. That's okay with me. Those are football penalties, but not stupid penalties.
Yeah, and then Illinois State did have a turnover there in the first half. They had the turnover on downs on that first possession of the football game. 35-14, the 17th ranked Illinois State Redbirds leading Indiana State at the half. Back with more Missouri Valley Conference football after this on ESPN. We're at halftime. 35-14, the 17th ranked Illinois State Redbirds leading Indiana State here at the half alongside Jim Leisure. I'm Joey O'Rourke. Indiana State and Illinois State were tied at 14 at one point in this first half, but you look at it, 3 straight scores to end the first half for Illinois State. Their defense comes up with a big key pick late in the first half.
Hear about it all the time, Joey. Complementary football. You know, special teams, defense, and offense all have to work together. So far, the Illinois State Redbirds have done that well.
35-14, Indiana State trailing Illinois State here at the half. And again, for Illinois State, the offense has been a big key in this one. Just again, consistent through the air, through on the ground, 160 passing yards, 177 yards on the ground.
And coaches calling plays that are to their players' strengths. I mean, the first kind of rule of coaches is try to put your players in a position to be successful. Don't ask them to do things they're not good at. Don't ask them to do things they can't do.
Yeah, so Indiana State trailing 35-14 to the 17th ranked Illinois State Redbirds. You take a look at the Missouri Valley Football Conference standings. North Dakota State all alone at the top, 6-0, 9-0 on the year. North Dakota 4-1, South Dakota 4-2. South Dakota State Jackrabbits now 3-2. Illinois State 3-2, looking to go to 4-2 and 7-3 on the year. Southern Illinois 3-2, 6-3 on the year. Youngstown State 2-3 in conference play. They're 5-4 on the year. You look at Indiana State, just 1-4 in conference play, 3-6 on the year. Northern Iowa, Murray State, both 0-5.
Well, and Youngstown State and Murray State both on Indiana State's future schedule here, so an opportunity for the Sycamores to pick up a couple more wins, which would be huge for Coach Mallory and his staff.
Indiana State and Illinois State at half the FCS top 25, and you look at it, North Dakota State, they're at the top 1-0. South Dakota State, they're at 9th. North Dakota at 15th. Southern Illinois at 16th. Then Illinois State at 17th. And we talked about Youngstown State being below 500 in conference play, just 5-4 on the year, but they're ranked 22nd. And South Dakota, they're ranked 25th. So again, the FCS top 25, there's a plethora of Missouri Valley Football Conference schools.
Yeah, really not too many weeks off. Even the teams at the bottom can play, and you saw Indiana State with a huge upset win last week, and then they played South Dakota to a 19-14 loss. So again, just no weeks off in this conference.
Yeah, no weeks off in this conference. Now we got to look around the valley. Presented by Indiana State Federal Credit Union. Murray State and Northern Iowa, no score in the first. North Dakota State is trailing North Dakota 7-0. Southern Illinois and Youngstown State, it's Southern Illinois 17, Youngstown State 7. And a game coming up here in just about an hour and 20 minutes. It's South Dakota State taking on South Dakota at 4 o'clock Eastern. That is a look around the valley presented by Indiana State Federal Credit Union. You look at the news and notes from around the Missouri Valley Conference. Rashad Rochelle, man, what a week he had a week ago. 4 receptions, 84 yards, 3 total touchdowns. Nick Yatsko was named the newcomer of the week for Indiana State. 14 tackles, 2 tackles for lost and a forced fumble in that win over South Dakota State.
So 5 of those players there, as you see, Landon Warder, the offensive lineman there for Illinois State. 3 of the 5 of the Missouri Valley Conference Players of the Week are in this football game.
Yeah, Dewan Lewis was the Defensive Player of the Week last week in the win over North Dakota. Fumble recovery in the win, 26-21. He's actually from South Dakota, excuse me. And Jackson Williams was the Special Teams Player of the Week, 124 kick return yards. So that's a look at news and notes around the Missouri Valley Conference. 35-14. Illinois State, the 17th ranked Redbirds leading Indiana State back to Memorial Stadium. This is Missouri Valley Conference football on ESPN. It's the 17th ranked Illinois State Redbirds 35, the Indiana State Sycamores 14. Alongside Jim Leisure, I'm Joey O'Rourke here at the half inside Memorial Stadium. Jim, let's take a look at your Great Dane keys to the game.
Well, so far, Illinois State has done basically all of them. They've stopped the run. They don't have any turnovers, limited penalties. They got up early. They got 35 points. Indiana State not winning time of position. They're letting them throw it all over the field, and they did steal one possession on downs.
Those are the Great Dane keys to the game and how the teams are matching up to what Jim thought they would be. Now we take a look at our key impact players in this one. Victor Dawson, we talked about it, 95 yards in the first half and a touchdown. Rashad Rochelle, receiving the football, 85 yards and a touchdown. The impact players are making an impact.
Yeah, no surprise. 4 really good players, 2 of them standing out.
35-14, Illinois State leading Indiana State at the half. This is Missouri Valley Conference football on ESPN. Stadium, and the second half kickoff is away, rolls into the end zone, and Indiana State will get the football to begin the second half of play, trailing the 17th ranked Redbirds 35-14. Jim, for Indiana State, this is their 8th straight week of playing a ranked opponent when you look at Indiana out of the FBS, right. But this is their 7th straight week of playing an FCS top 25 team. We talked about it. There's no weeks off in this conference, and certainly no weeks off when you have those non-conference games that, you just got to play. And I know people say, well, why is Indiana State playing IU? Because, well, it's an in-state game and you got the Mallory connection, but you got to play those games too. So Indiana State has the football, first down and 10 at their own 25. Nick O shows the back to the left of Keegan Patterson. It's going to be Patterson keeping it on the read, and he's got nowhere to go. That was read very well by Illinois State. And on the tackle, it was Shadwell Kuba II, along with that was Mason Kaplan. Well, and, again, one of the linemen who pulled the right guard and right tackle, just ran right past the defender, so it seemed to be a little bit of confusion. Second down and 12. Patterson throws it here to the near side. He's got Osho across the 30. He'll bounce off a tackle by Kuba, and he'll get it to the 33-yard line. And it'll be third down in just a couple of yards. Nice simple play out of the backfield by Indiana State there.
Yeah, and sometimes pass protection can be easier for an offensive lineman because it's like, see that guy right there and block him. You don't have to run anywhere. You don't have to go anywhere. Just block that guy.
3rd down and 2. Patterson hands it off to Osho, and Osho's got nowhere to go. He's brought down in the backfield, and the first man on the scene was 56, Cooper Monk.
Well, one again that I don't know that Keegan Patterson read correctly. I think if Keegan keeps it, he gets at least the first down. But those are difficult plays. I mean, this is just old-fashioned football. In the old days, triple option, wishbone, you read everybody. This is the same thing, but you're doing it in space.
So Harry Traum back to punt the football away. He gets it away. It's a spiraling punt, fielded by Casper at the 22. Across the 25, now across the 30. Hit and brought down at the 31-yard line. Indiana State goes 3 and out on the first possession of the second half. Illinois State 35, Indiana State 14. Back with more Missouri Valley Conference football after this on ESPN+.
Having insurance isn't the same as having State Farm. It's like getting Bateman when you need the protection of Batman.
Easy, Batemobile, not too fast, baby.
Any last words? Just one. It's a long one. Dermatologist.
That's why you need the real deal.
Look out! That's Batman!
Go home, Bateman. Do a podcast or something. That's hurtful.
So don't settle for just any insurance when there's State Farm.
From his time at Indiana State University to today, attorney R.T. Green has shared a connection with Terre Haute. For the last 15 years, he has provided our community with proven personal injury representation. These deep ties give R.T., his son Colin, and every member of Team Green Law the local knowledge and insight needed to help you get a fair recovery. See the difference local experience makes. For a free consultation, visit us online at teamgreenlaw.com. Team Green Law, for you, with you.
All right, Sam, here's your new debit card.
Show your Sycamore pride with the official Indiana State University debit card. It's the card that lets you shop like a Sycamore with every purchase showing off your Indiana State University spirit. It's pride, convenience, and fun all in one card. Visit ISUcreditUnion.com or stop by Indiana State University Federal Credit Union to learn more. For a limited time, earn $150 bonus cash when you open a checking account with direct deposit and e-statements.
We're the Browns, and this is our account. Our relationship with Riddell really began when we were kids, so when we started our business, it seemed like a natural fit for us.
Riddell's provided all of our financial needs for both personal and business, and we could not be happier with the level of service that we're provided.
Riddell National Bank has helped us grow our business so that we can help grow our communities with the core values that we both share. If you're looking to grow your business, Riddell is your best option.
Welcome back to Memorial Stadium. Alongside Jim Leisure, I'm Joey O'Rourke. We join our sideline reporter for this afternoon, Piper Watkins.
Rittenhouse has just been on fire, completing 80% of his passes after that last touchdown. I had the chance to talk to both coaches at halftime, and Coach Spack said that in order to contain Rochelle, they can't be in the backfield. They need to have man eyes and read keys. Meanwhile, Coach Mallory said that Rittenhouse has been making plays with his arms and his legs. He says that it's really important that they run the ball in the second half. So we'll see if the Sycamores can run up their momentum or if the Redbirds fly away with the win. Back to you guys.
So now Rittenhouse will throw it here to the near side, and he's got a man on a fade, caught in Indiana State territory at the 35-yard line. The receiver was Maylander, the second leading receiver on this team, and he beat the Indiana State defensive Sycamore back. That was Jerome Robinson.
I think man under was too deep there, and just these are plays that you call, based off halftime. Not really adjustments, just things you saw in the first half. And now you're going to come out with them again.
Now they're going to go a screen to Lord. There's a flag on the field. It is a nice gain. It looks like first down yardage to close to the 25, but it looks like there's a flag on the field. And Javon Charles got up animated there as they look like they may call a hold on Charles.
Well, that'll be his second holding penalty of the game if it is. Now, they opened the drive with that little long trap. Sorry, I spoke over the official there, but they opened the drive with that long trap, which they had a lot of success with. Tackles go up and cover the linebackers, great coverage. And then they got the big gain, and then that kind of fade they threw was, again, something the coaches in the press box saw in the first half, decided not to run, but brought it out of their pocket here in the second half.
So first down and long. Rittenhouse in the shotgun under pressure, throws it out to the far side, and it's a diving catch made at the 30-yard line. That's Sobowitz, the leading receiver for this Illinois State football team. So a nice gain to the 30-yard line of Indiana State.
Yeah, Sobowitz there is, again, one of their leading receiver, I believe, but did not get a lot of looks in the first half.
So now they're going to run it with Dawson off the right side. He'll get it to the 25-yard line. And he'll look like he has a Illinois State first down, but we'll wait for the official signal, and they do signal first down, Illinois State. 5 out of 7 drives for Illinois State went for touchdowns in the first half.
First down for Illinois State.
Rittenhouse in the shotgun. Play action, they're going to throw it out here to Lord. Again, a screen set up to Lord. He's inside the red zone to the 19-yard line. So a gain of 7 on the play, and it'll bring up second down and 3. And they have really went to this redshirt freshman, Dylan Lord, here in this game.
Yeah, you see the stat there. He came into the ball game with 268. And he's approaching 100 here, I think, for just this game.
Second down and 3. Rittenhouse in the shotgun, Dawson to his right. Rittenhouse wants to throws it on an in route to Sobowitz. He's got it inside the 15 to the 13. It'll be a first down for Illinois State. And really the last 4 drives, this has just been methodical by this 17th ranked Redbirds offense.
Yeah, this is just surgical like precision here, and you're getting those good blocks on the perimeter. Previous play, Luke Maylander was, again, had a fantastic block for a huge gain.
Rittenhouse takes the shotgun snap. Now he's going to throw it into the end zone, and Sobowitz beats Robinson, and it's an Illinois State touchdown, a 12-yard touchdown pass from Rittenhouse to the leading receiver for this Illinois State team coming in. That's Sobowitz, and it's 41-14.
Well, watch the little shoulder dip here. You're going to see Rittenhouse there with that little ball fake there. Just kind of freezes the secondary guy. He looks like he's going to throw it. That brings the defender up, and then Sobowitz just turns north or east, as it were, really, if you know where you're at here in Terre Haute, but pretty easy play.
Daniel Sobowitz, the senior from Arlington Heights, Illinois. The point after is good. 10:18 to go here in the third quarter of play at Memorial Stadium. It's Illinois State 42, Indiana State 14. This is the Valley on ESPN. 42-14, Illinois State leading Indiana State. Get all of ESPN College Soccer all in one place with the all-new ESPN app, unlocked with ESPN's unlimited plan, or log in with your TV provider. Maldonado tees it up, kicks it away. Sidewinding kick, and it's going to be a fair catch by Rashad Rochelle at the 2-yard line, and so Indiana State will take over. First down and 10 from their own 25. They went 3 and out in their first possession of the second half.
Not what Coach Mallory and his staff really wanted to do there. It was important, I think, that you come out and ideally go on a decent drive and punch something in. 3 and out was not part of the game plan, and not only did it not work out for the Sycamore offense, it didn't work out for the Sycamore defense, as Illinois State just simply got the football, ran about 6 or 7 plays, and punched it in.
Lance Reese goes in motion. Keegan Patterson takes the shotgun snap. Play action. Patterson wants to throw. He's hit as he throws, and it's intercepted. Intercepted by Illinois State, and this is going to be a pick 6 for the Redbirds. There is a flag on the field, and the interceptor was Cam Wilson.
2 things you need to do, Joey, when you intercept one. First, well, 3 things. You need to yell something. Everyone has a word. JoJo, bingo, something. Let everybody know that the ball has changed hands. First thing you need to do is block the intended receiver. Second thing, get to the sidelines.
So it'll be a blindside block against Illinois State on the return. That'll be a 15-yard penalty, and that'll take the touchdown off the board.
And it will be 15 from the spot of the foul, which the foul was a 37.
And right there, Patterson was under heavy pressure, and just it caused him to deliver the pass high, and that's his second interception of the game.
And we did not see the blindside block. Basically, a blindside block is when you're coming from the sidelines in and you blow somebody up. You know, the old days, that was a good block. Nowadays, obviously, with player safety and you know, head and neck injuries being what they are, they've kind of toned that down a little bit. I believe you can still block from the sideline in, but you got to do it with open hands.
It was Anthony Corona with the pressure on Keegan Patterson that forced the high throw and the interception. Rittenhouse hands it off to Glatz. Glatz has been effective here in this one. He carries it to the 41-yard line before he's hit and brought down by Kamal Clark. That's Glatz's 9th carry. He had 8 carries for 49 yards here in this one. He'll pick up 2, so he'll have 9 carries for 51 yards. Victor Dawson, 19 carries for 112 yards and a touchdown. Rittenhouse in the shotgun, back to pass looking. Now he's going to throw it out of the backfield in the flat to, that is, Glatz, and then he's tackled out of bounds by, I believe, Kamal Clark there on the far side.
So that's twice now that Clark has had to come downhill hard and fast. You know, once on a run, the other on a little screen here. So look for play action. You know, if your safeties, and Clark is one of the safeties, if he's coming downhill like that, then he's not playing secondary coverage, and you might be able to squeeze somebody over the top.
3 receivers stacked here, grouped here, I should say, here to the near side. 1 receiver to the far side. Rittenhouse in the shotgun. Throws it to the far side. He's got his man breaking out of a tackle inside the 15, down to the 12-yard line. That was Rylan Crawford, a 6'3", 205-pound redshirt junior from Leo, Indiana, and Leo High School.
Seth Glatz with a nice blitz pickup. You're going to see it here, 21, boom, right there on the linebacker. Allows that play to develop, and then a nice broken field tackle.
8:35 clock running. Glatz takes the handoff, and he's inside the 10, spinning his way down to the 8-yard line.
Yeah.
Gain of 4.
Takes 11 different people doing their job, and great look at Glatz there. But said it earlier, if you want the rock, you got to block, and they've been handing it to him, throwing it to him, and he's been blocking.
Rittenhouse will send Glatz from right to left in the shotgun. 2nd down and 6. Play action. They swing it out here the far side. That's Dylan Lord, and he's going to run it down after the catch to the 2-yard line. And so now it'll be a first down. It'll be first down and goal for this Illinois State offense. which has been very efficient here in this one.
Well, they're doing everything that good football teams want to do. First, you want to run a football play, and then you got to have a counter off that football play, and then you got to have a play action off that same play. So it looks like the same play, but it's really three different ones, and that was just a play action off the trap.
And now to be Glatz running it off the left side into the end zone for a touchdown, but there is a flag back in the white out of the end zone on the far side. It's going to be legal substitution, Indiana State, and the touchdown will count, and it's 48-14. Glatz with his first touchdown of the game.
Yeah, you saw a Sycamore defender trying to get off the field right before the snap. Obviously, he did not get off the field, so that's the penalty, and clearly you would decline that and try to tack on the 49th.
That is Glatz's first rushing touchdown. He also has a receiving touchdown in this one. 2 total touchdowns for Glatz. Maldonado's kick is good. 7:28 to go in this one. Illinois State, the 17th ranked Redbirds, leading 49-14 over Indiana State. Back with more Valley football after this on ESPN.
Looking for a way to get involved on campus and make a real impact?
At Great Dane, we are proud to invest in our people and community. Now announcing new starting wages for trailer assemblers and welders. Assemblers earn up to $23 an hour, and welders earn up to $27 an hour, with no experience necessary to apply. Enjoy great health benefits, advancement opportunities, 401k, pension, and more. We need the makers, people who are ready to make a difference. We need you. Apply today at greatdane.com/careers.
At Bobcat of Daviess County, we play hard and we work even harder. Our sales team is always ready to help you score the right equipment for the job. When you need parts, we have a deep bench. The parts department keeps your machine in the game, fast and reliable. And when the going gets tough, our service team brings the muscle. From routine maintenance to tough repairs, we're ready for the next play. From kickoff to cleanup, we've got your back, no matter the down or the distance.
We are Bobcat of Daviess County.
At Indiana State University, we're all in for you. So you can be all striving, all thriving, all achieving, all the time. Bring your hustle, your drive, and your ambitions. Match it all with opportunities that make your resume sing. Work on real-world projects as part of your degree. Find your people in a welcoming community. So, are you in?
Welcome back to Terre Haute, Indiana Memorial Stadium on a chilly, sunny fall afternoon. 49-14, Illinois State leading Indiana State. 7:28 to go. Kick is away by Maldonado, and it'll drive Rashad Rochelle into the end zone. Came in with 11 touchbacks on the year. Did Maldonado. He'll get another one right there. Big score in college football around the state of Indiana. The second-ranked Hoosiers of Indiana with 4 minutes to go, in Happy Valley trailing Penn State 24-20. The Hoosiers blew a 13-point lead in that game.
Well, those die-hard Hoosier fans will say we got them right where we want them. It's a false sense of security. Lull them to sleep so that we can get the big victory late.
Right now, it's the 17th ranked Redbirds of Illinois State beating Indiana State 49-14. Singleton goes in motion from right to left. They're going to hand it off to Dion Brown. He'll run it off the right side. And a nice run of 4 out to the 29-yard line. And it'll bring up 2nd down and 6. A nice carry there by Dion Brown.
Yeah, good start to this drive here. This is what you want to do. Again, 3 or 4 yards carry or a play is not a bad thing.
So 2nd down and 6. Ball at the Indiana State 29. Patterson, play action. Throws it here to the near side. He's got Keyshawn Singleton. He'll turn it back inside. He's across the 45, tackled out at the 48-yard line. A gain of 19 on the play for Indiana State and a first down.
Great route by Singleton, gets in that soft spot, and then again just kind of mirrors the quarterback, basically gets his hands up where he can be seen, ball delivered.
Patterson takes the shotgun snap, looking here near side, still looking, keeping his eyes down the field. Now he's going to tuck it. He's going to run into Illinois State territory. He's going to lower his shoulder, and he'll go out of bounds at the 41-yard line. A strong finish to that run, Jim Leisure.
Yeah, fantastic job by Keegan there. But again, as a coach, you're probably saying, look, son, don't get killed.
Two receivers stacked each side. Now they're going to throw it here to Singleton. It's a screen set for Singleton inside the 40 down to the 37-yard line. And that is the same play we saw go for a touchdown, only closer for Indiana State in the first half.
Lance Reese with a great block there, had his defender on skates and just cleared a path.
Second down and 6. You're going to throw it here to Singleton again. Inside the 35, Singleton dives down at the 33-yard line. Gain of 5 will bring up third down and 1. So the Sycamores gotten some continuity and momentum going on this offensive drive.
Yeah, nothing wrong again with 3 or 4 yard plays. That was the same play again. Great block by Reese. That time the safety came downhill a little quicker.
Third down, and now it's Dion Brown. He's got a first down and more. 20, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown, Indiana State. A 33-yard touchdown run for, that is Dion Brown, and Indiana State's on the scoreboard here in the second half.
Slow 2, quick through. We talked about it earlier. You're going to see the patience here. He's just looking, finds it, plants, and away he goes. The safety's really no middle safety on that particular play.
The longest touchdown run of the game for Indiana State goes for a 33-yard touchdown run by Dion Brown. Lopez on to attempt the extra point, and it is no good. Wide left. 5:20 to go here in the third. 49-20. Unfortunately, a mistake there by the Sycamore special teams.
Yeah, and in fairness to Illinois State there, I did see some backup kids defensively on the field. Coach Speck's not going to be pleased with that. You know what? When I put you in the game, I need to know that you can play. And when the other team basically goes right down the field, what was it, 5 plays, 6 plays? Not a good start for some of those backup kids.
That was a 6-play, 75-yard drive that began at the Indiana State 25, capped off by a 33-yard touchdown run by Dion Brown. Brown, a redshirt sophomore from St. Louis, Missouri, and a transfer from Eastern Michigan. So 5:20 to go. Indiana State trailing Illinois State 49-20. The Redbirds offense again has been really crisp here in this one.
Back to receiver, you saw 28, Chris Taylor. 6 foot and 180-pound sophomore.
So now Conrad will be on to kick the football away. His kick is away, end over end. It is going to be fielded at the 7-yard line. Out across the 15-20. Now going to try and take it north and south. But a nice play there in coverage down the field by Indiana State. That is 14, B.J. Wiest.
And Wiest just really did his job well. I mean, he was the contain guy. His job is to make sure nobody gets outside of him. He's got to turn him back into what we used to call the big uglies. And the ball carrier kept running out. So obviously, again, your contain man is normally a good open field tackler, and Wiest does a good job there.
So first down and 10 for the Redbirds of Illinois State at their own 20-yard line, leading 49-20. 3 receivers bunched tight to the far side. 1 receiver here to the near side. Rittenhouse swings it out of the backfield, and it's going to be a gain of 9 on the play. Pass completed to Eddie Casper, and it'll bring up second down and actually 2. They say they tackled him at the 28, not the 29.
84, Luke Maylander out there with the rare two block 2 guys.
So now play action again to Casper. They go first down across the 30, shy of the 35 to the 34-yard line for Illinois State.
Maylander only blocked 1 guy that time. That's embarrassing. No, I'm kidding. He actually had the block and then came off on the second guy and got just enough of a piece of him to kind of alter the play a little bit and basically get the first down. But great effort. You know, I used to tell my linemen, if you try to block 2 people, you probably ain't going to block anybody. Maylander proves me to be a liar again. He was able to get 2 on that previous play.
4:20 clock running here to go in the third. Rittenhouse in the shotgun, Dawson to his left. We'll hand it off to Dawson, and he'll plow his way forward to the 35-yard line. Looks like the near side's going to give him the 36. So gain of a couple brings up 2nd down and 8.
This is where I think if you're Illinois State, well, they're right back up to the line of scrimmage. So they're working on their football stuff, right? They're working on the, you know, Indiana State's a formidable defense. They want to work on their football stuff.
Rittenhouse takes the shotgun snap, play action, rolls out left. He's got a man wide open, Eddie Casper, into Indiana State territory, makes one miss, and then tripped up by Jerome Robinson on the far sideline. He gets it to the 47-yard line of Indiana State. Just a quick throw out there to the near side, and now we've got a timeout on the field. Timeout on the field, and I think it's for an injured, maybe Sycamore on the far sideline, but actually Kamal Clark is running off here to the near side.
Just a little flood route there. You run the top guy off, and that was number 9, Ryland Crawford. He basically takes the corner deep, and then you had a flare in the flat, and then you had the medium route, and you got your choice. Flood route, pick one. You normally look home run first and then middle, and he saw the middle was open, and just like when you find your shoes and you're looking for your shoes and find them, you quit looking. Throw it to the guy that's open.
The clock will tick under 3:10 to go here in this third. Again, a chilly, sunny Saturday afternoon for Missouri Valley Conference football. Rittenhouse, play action. Looking here to the near side, he's got his man Maylander, and it's caught, tackled by Amon Glass at the 30-yard line. A nice throw and catch from Rittenhouse, and Rittenhouse took a big shot there at the end of that throw. He stood in there and delivered it.
And that's why I think at some point, maybe in the fourth quarter, you might want to think about getting some of these skill guys off the field. The last thing you want to do is get them hurt in what amounts to a 49-20 game.
2:35 to go. Rittenhouse, shoulder fake, throws, and he had a guy in a window, but overthrew his intended receiver there. Did Rittenhouse, and you've not seen him miss a lot here in this one.
Looked like 82 Max Zebar at the tight end. Either an 82 or an 84. I couldn't see.
Yeah, it was 82.
Okay,
the intended receiver.
Yep, there he is, right there in the huddle. His shirt kind of, when he fell, the shirt kind of came off the shoulder pad a little bit, and the number was a little scrunched up.
2:29 to go. 2nd down and 10. Ball at the Indiana State 30-yard line. It'll be Dawson running it off the right side, breaks off one tackle, and then he'll be brought down by several Sycamores at the 28-yard line, maybe the 27. Kamal Clark was the first Sycamore to bring him down.
One of the things that Victor Dawson does really well is, again, he brings his own block. I mean, when he hits the hole, there are human beings there. There's offensive players blocking, defensive players trying to come off blocks. But he hits the hole so hard and with such high knees that he just runs through that initial group of humanity, and then, it's up for somebody else to kind of come in and clean him up.
3rd down and 7, ball at the Indiana State 27-yard line. Rittenhouse back to pass. They're going to set up a screen to Dawson here on the near side, and he's got nowhere to go. Logan Wilson with a nice play. Back at the 34-yard line, Logan Wilson did a great job reading that one.
Well, you got to feel it, and when an offensive lineman's been blocking you all game, and then all of a sudden you're running free in the backfield, well, that's a problem. That either that guy got really bad really fast, or it's a trick, okay? And he does a good job of realizing, hey, this is not right. They're not really trying to block me here. He retraces his steps and then comes over there and makes a nice tackle.
And now we'll be on to attempt a 49-yard field goal. Will Maldonado. First field goal we've had attempted today. Snap good, place down, kick is end over end, and it is just going to clear the crossbar, and it is a 49-yard field goal for Maldonado, and it's 52-20. Illinois State with 1:01 to go here in the third.
He is now 10 of 13 for field goals, his longest 51.
So 1:01 to go here in this third quarter of play, alongside Jim Leisure, I'm Joey Rourke. Piper Watkins is our sideline reporter here this afternoon. At one point, we were tied 14-14, but Illinois State, with 3 touchdown drives in the first half, put distance between them and the Sycamores.
Get an early lead and keep your foot on the gas, and that's what Coach Spack and his team has done here. And again, I would expect to see more and more backups. You don't have to bring in a wholesale, a shift change like they do in hockey, but I'm sure you got kids on the team, scholarship kids, maybe even a walk-on kid or two that you feel can play, but you want to get some good film on them, and film doesn't lie. If you can play, they'll find you. It's one thing to be blocked, it's another thing to stay blocked. So if you got a defensive player that can get off a block and can play some football, he needs more reps.
If this result were to hold, it'd be 3 straight wins for Brock Spack's Redbirds of Illinois State. Touchback off the foot of Maldonado, and Indiana State will take over first down and 10 at their own 25. They just had a 6-play, 75-yard drive that resulted in a touchdown. It was a 33-yard touchdown run by Dion Brown, and now Indiana State's offense will look to put more points on the board.
And trying to win the game obviously is important too. You still got basically 16 minutes of football left, but the score is going to make that a little difficult. What you can do, though, is get out there and run your plays. If I was Coach Mallory, I'd keep primarily my starters in with the occasional backup. Every play is an opportunity to get better or get worse and get it on film. So there's still a lot left for this Sycamore offense.
Empty shotgun backfield for Keegan Patterson. He wants to throw. He throws it, and he's got a man. That's Rashad Rochelle, and Rochelle will dive down at the 30-yard line, a gain of 5 on the play, and will bring up 2nd down and 5.
Discretion being the better part of valor, though. Rochelle said, you know what, I got a 5-yard gain or so. I don't want to get lit up.
Rochelle now 5 catches for 90 yards in this one. Osho takes the handoff, runs it off the right side across the 30 to the 32-yard line. So a gain of a couple on the play will bring up 3rd down and 3.
I love the coming off the ball fake there by Patterson. He came out of there like he had it. Now that's going to at least hold the backside outside linebacker or force player, or maybe even a safety. So had Osho broken through that, that's 2 less defenders he's going to have to navigate through. Keep playing, guys. Keep doing your job. You're either getting better or getting worse. And I like to see that out of Keegan Patterson.
That'll be the final play of the 3rd quarter here at Memorial Stadium in Terre Haute. Your score, the 17th ranked Illinois State Redbirds 52, Indiana State 20. The Toyota RAV4 4th quarter comes your way after this break. This is Missouri Valley Conference football on ESPN+. Memorial Stadium in Terre Haute. Toyota RAV4, deer tough terrain, bring it on. Toyota has 22 models with available all-wheel and four-wheel drive. Toyota, let's go places. Third down and 3 for Indiana State as we begin the fourth quarter. Patterson in an empty shotgun. He's going to step up. He's going to run it. He's got a first down. He's got more across the 40, out near the 45. And a 12-yard gain, maybe a 13-yard gain for Keegan Patterson on a design run the whole way.
Well, that was, again, just a perfect play call against a perfect defense call. Illinois State came with the safety blitz, and he basically ran right past Patterson, was picked up by a blocker a little bit.
So now to be Patterson grabbed around the helmet, and a flag does come in. And that'll be a face mask on Illinois State.
Yeah, I couldn't tell if he got the face mask or he got the back opening, but either way, you're not supposed to grab the opening of the helmet either.
So personal foul, face mask will tack 15 yards on here. And that's going to be an automatic first down for Indiana State.
Yeah, 15 yards from the previous spot. We'll see. I thought he had the back opening. Nope, that's clearly the face mask.
Yeah, and the face mask on Illinois State. That was 39, the defender, Solomon Oduma. So Indiana State into Illinois State territory with the ball at the 40-yard line.
And just unfortunate for Oduma because, you know, he come in to make the sack right at the same time that Keegan dipped his head.
So now Patterson under heavy pressure rolls out to the right, and he is going to elude the pressure, and then he forces a pass intended for his receiver down the field on the near sideline, Taylon White. And it's incomplete, and it'll bring up second down and 10.
A good look there at 46, Ty Niekamp. He is the leading tackler for the season and the game here for the Redbirds. 9 total tackles today.
So second down and 10. Ball at the 40-yard line of Illinois State. Quick pass out here to the near side. And inside the 40 down to the 37 or 38-yard line. Torrey French, the 5'9", 185-pound redshirt freshman from Zion, Illinois.
Good block there by 80 Rocco Siaka. But just too many guys converging at once. Rocco can only block one of them.
13:50 clock running. 3 receivers out to the far side, one to the near side, and French. Nico shows the back to the left to Patterson in the shotgun. Now a long throw to the far sideline by Patterson, caught by Rashad Rochelle inside the 30. Out of bounds at the 26-yard line. That was a strong throw there from Keegan Patterson.
Yeah, I'm not sure most people realize just how difficult a throw that is. The ball's on the right hash, and he throws it all the way to the other side, which feels 53 yards wide. So that's like 26 yards.
Now Patterson will take a deep shot into the end zone, and the pass is broken up and incomplete, intended for Torrey French. A nice play made down there in the end zone by the defensive back. That was Dorian DeBose. If you're Indiana State, you might want to pass interference there, but it looked like it was 2 guys that were hand fighting, and I think it's a good no call.
Yeah, I do too. I don't think there was nearly enough there for a advantage, disadvantage.
Keegan Patterson in the shotgun, second down and 10. He's going to be flushed out of the pocket, and he's going to be sacked. Sacked back at the 30-yard line. On the sack for Illinois State, that was Christian Lorenzo, a 6'3", 305-pound junior from DeKalb, Illinois, transfer from Georgia State. So now third down and 15.
Lorenzo with his first sack of the season.
Patterson now changes the play at the line of scrimmage. Shifts Osho from right to left in the backfield. Patterson is going to fake the handoff. He's going to keep it, and he's got nowhere to go. And Lorenzo again there to bring him down. Another loss on the play, and he'll bring up fourth down.
Yeah, 2 really nice plays there by Lorenzo. He is listed as a starter, but he gets the sack and the TFL, tackle for loss.
So clock running, 12:15 to go here in the Toyota RAV4 fourth quarter. 52-20, Illinois State leading Indiana State, and now we've got a timeout on the field. So it'll be the first timeout taken by Indiana State with 12:06 to go here in this football game. It'll be a full media timeout, so we're going to take it with them. 12:06 to go, 52-20. It's the 17th ranked Redbirds of Illinois State leading Indiana State here on a Saturday afternoon in Terre Haute. Back with more Missouri Valley Conference football after this on ESPN+.
Dear Friday, let's put good times in gear. We've got power tailgates to power game days and a trailer backup guide that's the champ of the ramp. Heck, we might even cancel Monday. Toyota Trucks.
Right now, lease a new 2025 Tacoma for $279 a month or get 2.99% APR for 72 months on a new 2026 Tundra. Find yours at Toyota.com. Toyota, let's go places.
Caitlin Clark from the logo.
You know, life would be easier if I could do everything from the logo.
Allow me to assist.
Pickles. It worked! Buckets. Now that's a tomato. Sheboygan.
The answer is Sheboygan.
They match. P-E-Z-O-L. Bottom row.
From the logo. State Farm with the assist.
Fact. It's Ford Truck Month, and it's the best time to get a great deal on a new Ford truck. From the company that assembles more vehicles, employs more hourly workers, and builds the best-selling truck in America. It's Ford Truck Month. Get great deals on a huge selection, and that's a fact. Get a Ford F-150 with 3.9 financing for 72 months plus $2,500 total cash only from your Central Indiana Ford dealer.
Having insurance isn't the same as having State Farm. It's like getting Bateman when you need the protection of Batman.
Easy, Batemobile, not too fast, baby.
Any last words? Just one. It's a long one. Dermatologist.
That's why you need the real deal.
Look out! That's Batman!
Go home, Bateman. Do a podcast or something.
That's hurtful.
So don't settle for just any insurance when there's State Farm.
Welcome back to Terre Haute, Indiana. 12:06 to go alongside Jim Leisure. I'm Joey Rourke. Piper Watkins is our sideline reporter here for this Missouri Valley Football Conference matchup between Illinois State and Indiana State. It's 4th down and 17 out of the timeout for Indiana State. Keegan Patterson rolls out right. Patterson looking. He's going to throw it deep down the field. He's got a man. Oh, just out of reach for a diving Rashad Rochelle in the end zone. Jim Leisure, he was open. He just floated a little too far.
And again, Rochelle's still playing the game here. He's not going to give up, total effort. That's what you want to see. I think maybe this receiver turned up a little bit early. Could have been an illegal motion penalty. So heaven forbid that great catch would have maybe come back. But again, Rochelle, he's got an opportunity to make a play, and he took it.
So it'll be 1st down and 10 for Illinois State, leading 52-20 with 11:59 to go. Rittenhouse, the quarterback. We got a new quarterback in the game.
Yep.
We do. 11:59 to go. They'll hand it off, and running it off the left side, it will be the Illinois State ball carrier. That is 45 for the Redbirds. 45 is Cal Martin, the 5'11", 230-pound fullback.
Quarterback is number 8, who is listed as the backup.
Which is Breckham Pellant, a 6', 195-pound redshirt freshman from Chandler, Arizona.
So getting some good minutes. Again, it's hard to duplicate basically what amounts to varsity football with your scout team. So this is a good opportunity for him to face a real defense.
So now they'll run it off the right side and nowhere to go. Good defense there by Indiana State. In there on the tackle for the Sycamores, 35, Adam Muhammad, 35, Caleb Harris, a 6'3", 240-pound defensive lineman. So now 3rd down and 8.
So Beckham Pellant there, you see his number, 73 passing yards, 1 TD on the season. But, here's an opportunity for him he's going to have to get up here, overlook the defense, try to identify the secondary, and of course Indiana State's going to try to disguise it. But if they do throw it, he's going to have to make a decision.
So Pellant will go play action. He's looking. He's going to step up. He's being chased, and he is going to be sacked. Sacked by Nathan Gonzalez back inside the 30-yard line at the 29-yard line. A good play there by the Indiana State defense.
Yeah, we got some backups, as you mentioned, on that defensive line as well. So everybody getting an opportunity to show the coaches what they can do. And I told you earlier, as a coach, there were lots of times where I had a kid who passed the uniform test. Man, he looked like a football player. He never blocked anybody. He never seemed to tackle anybody. And the other kid, the quiet kid, all he ever did was block and tackle. So I was playing the wrong guy.
Rochelle stands at the Indiana State 25. Punt is away. It is a good punt. It's going to take an Illinois State Redbird bounce to the 19-yard line. So Indiana State will take over. First down and 10 with 9:46 to go here in the fourth quarter. It's Illinois State 52, Indiana State 20. This is the Valley on ESPN. Stadium. Alongside Jim Leisure, I'm Joey Rourke. 9:46 to go here in this football game. Indiana State and Illinois State. They're going to run a toss here near side and across the 20, out of bounds at the 22-yard line. That will be Brian Domino, the 5'9", 175-pound redshirt sophomore, touching the ball for the first time today.
Yeah, and he took that little, shuffle pass from Brock Riddle. Did you see his numbers there for Indiana State?
So 9:22 to go. Patterson hands it off to Dion Brown. Brown got nowhere to go. Illinois State did a great job, just forcing that out to the outside and keeping the containment set.
Yeah, again, you can be patient all you want sometimes, and there's just nothing there.
And so now with 9 minutes to go, it'll be third down and 9 for Indiana State, trailing 52-20. Patterson in an empty shotgun backfield. 5 receivers split out. Actually, it's a new man in the game. That is Brock Riddle, Didn't see Riddle in there, and the pass was deflected. And now to bring up fourth down, and the punt team will have to come off.
That is, either the third or fourth pass deflection by this Redbird defense and defensive line. And we talked about it again, you young defensive linemen out there, or linebackers if you're blitzing. If you can't get to the quarterback, leave your feet, get off your feet. If he's in the passing lane, then get up there and see if you can't knock it down.
So Traum will be on to punt the football away for Indiana State. Eddie Casper stands at the Illinois State 38-yard line. Punt is an end-over-end punt. Fair caught at the 36-yard line. And that is where Illinois State will take over. First down and 10. Timeout on the field, 8:39 to go. It's number 17, Illinois State 52, Indiana State 20. This is The Valley on ESPN. Memorial Stadium, Illinois State, well on their way to their third win in a row. They're going to run it off the right side across the 40 to the 41-yard line, carrying that football. It was Cal Martin, the 5'11", 230-pound fullback. So subs on the field for both teams, as both teams are working to get multiple guys some experience here with the game out of reach. Beckham Pellet is the quarterback for Illinois State. Brock Riddle is the quarterback for Indiana State now.
Mason Kiefer, young man from Brownsburg, Indiana, made the tackle there. Defensive line sub.
So Pellet in the shotgun. Martin to his right. They're going to hand it off to Martin. He's got a first down across midfield to the 49-yard line of Indiana State. And Martin with a nice carry right there.
25, Robert Beasley, I believe it was 25. Yep, there he is out there. Came from behind. He defensive lineman, but great hustled back into the play. Young man from Lawrence Central.
So Beasley on the tackle, and the clock will tick under 7:25 to go here in this Toyota RAV fourth quarter. Pellet in the shotgun. Two receivers to the far side, one to the near side. And they're going to hand it off to Martin, and he is going to run it to the 45-yard line. Slipped out of the tackle by Amon Youngpong for Indiana State to get it to the just shy of the 45. They'll say at the 46.5 or the 45.5-yard line.
So Amon Youngpong was a starter earlier in the year and now listed as a backup, but again, go out there and play and you know, show the coaches that you've learned. Maybe you're getting too far upfield on down blocks, different things, but show them that you've been working hard in practice and you understand what you weren't doing right and fix it.
Pellet in the shotgun, hands it off to Martin. He'll run it off right tackle inside the 45, and he barrels his way down to the 40-yard line. So a gain of 5, and whistles and some extracurricular activity taking place after the play.
Yeah, and that type of stuff will not impress your coaches, I guarantee you. You know, again, you see that stuff. It's a 2-point game, 6 minutes to play. You don't need hot-headed type stuff, so they are actually going to replace the young man, maybe bring him over here and coach him up a little bit.
So 3rd down and 1. They need the 39-yard line of Indiana State. Does Illinois State? It's going to be Martine. He's got a 1st down, and he'll get it to the 38-yard line. So a gain of 2, needed 1, and it's a 1st down. Martine's run the football hard here in his opportunities. So Nick Yatsko in on the tackle for Indiana State. Again, he was the newcomer of the week in the Missouri Valley Conference. He had a huge game in the win over South Dakota State last week. Illinois State will hit the road for their 2nd consecutive road game before ending their regular season at home versus Southern Illinois. They'll be at South Dakota State next week. Now Martine's going to run it. Flag comes out. Martine carrying defenders with him all the way to the 28-yard line of Indiana State. It'll be a gain of 10, but a flag is on the field. And it's in the area of holding.
And it was thrown by the official who wears the U or umpire on his back, which is his responsibility, is really interior lineman holding. Each official has a certain zone or area that they're responsible for. Of course, if they see something out of their zone, they can always flag it, but each guy's got something, and you clearly see the hold right there. It's on,
it was on
99. I mean, it was
on 66.
Yeah.
Braden Jellison, a 6'4", 310-pound junior from Elkhart, Indiana.
And he was holding Sermaine Campbell.
So 4:48 to go in this football game. Pellant hands it off to Martine. Up the middle he goes. Big running room. He's got a lot of that yardage back on the hold. He's got more than the yardage back. He takes it inside the 35 down to the 33-yard line. So that'll be a gain of 15 on the play. Martine has carried the football well.
So add him to the stable of running backs that
he carries for 43 yards here.
Yeah, Illinois State has just a whole bunch of guys over there that can run football.
Victor Dawson led the way, 21 carries, 116 yards, and 1 touchdown. Pellant takes a snap, hands it off to Martine, and he'll run it to the 29-yard line. Kamal Clark comes down to make the play. That'll be Kamal's 17th tackle of the game.
Which, believe me, folks, 17 tackles in the game is incredibly impressive. That is just making almost all of them.
So now it'll be 3rd down and 1. They need the 29, do the Redbirds. Clock will tick under 3.5 minutes to go. Play clock down to 15. Illinois State just taking their time. So 2 receivers split here to the near side for the Redbirds, coached by Brock Spack. Pellant takes the snap, hands it off. Nope, going to keep it, and he's got a 1st down, and he'll dive to the 26-yard line, and that'll be a 1st down for Illinois State. So a good read there by the redshirt freshman Beckham Pellant, excuse me.
Yeah, just get the 1st down, and again try to avoid the massive headshot or whatever that would get you out of the ball game. And more than anything else, and Coach Spack is aware of this, this allows the Redbirds to chew up another 1.5 to 2 minutes. Of course, we will have the 2-minute timeout, but the 1st down enables you to run 4 more football plays.
Pellant hands it off to, that's a new running back into this drive, and carrying the football. That was 21, that was Glatz, and he'll pick up 2 on the play. Glatz on the day, 12 carries, 54 yards, and a touchdown. He does have a receiving touchdown as well. So he's been very effective in his time on the field for Illinois State. Illinois State can let this run to the 2-minute timeout, and that appears to be what they're going to do.
Yeah, I'd be real surprised if they don't here. Again, just let it expire, and we'll get up and play some football here.
We've reached a 2-minute timeout here in Terre Haute. The score, the 17th ranked Illinois State Redbirds 52, Indiana State 20. Back with more Missouri Valley Conference football on ESPN. Stadium, Terre Haute, Indiana, coming out of the 2-minute timeout. It's 2nd down and 7 for the Redbirds of Illinois State. It'll be Martine taking the handoff, carrying it down to the 22-yard line. So a gain of 1 will bring up 3rd down. So Illinois State's going to win their 3rd game in a row. They're going to go to 7-3 on the year. Indiana State going to fall to 3-7. So 3rd down with 90 seconds to go.
You know, you could throw a little play action pass here. I would probably still keep it on the ground, though, just to let the clock roll.
Pellin takes the shotgun snap, hands it off to Martine, and he'll be hit and tackled. In on the tackle for Indiana State, and that was 52, Mason Kiefer, along with number 30, Micah McNair. So now we're down to 1 minute to play. It'll be 4th down.
Now you can throw it, right? Because, I mean, even if it's incomplete or even if you complete it and it's short, the clock will stop. So
they're going to let this one tick all the way down to around 35 seconds before they snap it. Pellin takes the shotgun snap, hands it off to Martine. Martine is going to be close to a 1st down, but I think he's shy at the 18-yard line, or 17-yard line, excuse me, needed the 16 of Indiana State, and the Sycamores defense comes up with a stop with 33 seconds to go.
And so now we'll see if just Coach Mallory decides to let Brock Riddle drop back and read a secondary and try to make a play. Obviously, you're going to have a ton of substitutions defensively for Illinois State, or they could just simply take a knee or run just a basic inside zone play and just run it off.
So Riddle in the shotgun will have Osho to his left. He takes the snap, hands it off to Osho, and Osho will run it off the left side, and he's going to be swallowed up by 3 or 4 Illinois State Redbird defenders, and one of those being Travis Jones.
And that will do it as both teams start to head to midfield. But yeah, just Osho didn't seem 100% sure he wanted to run in there. I think he said, you know, Coach, I've been beat up enough.
Final score, it's the 17th ranked Illinois State Redbirds 52, Indiana State 20. Illinois State goes to 7-3. Indiana State falls to 3-7. We'll be back to wrap it up from Memorial Stadium. This is The Valley on ESPN. So we're going to keep it right here as we wrap it up here inside Memorial Stadium. Jim Leisure, the game that was tied at 14, 3 scores late for Illinois State in that first half, made it a 3-score game, and they never looked back.
I think Indiana State just kind of hung around about as long as they could, and then seriously, I think the better football team kind of flexed its muscles there right before the halftime. And then in the second half, it was really all Illinois State.
The forward play of the game was Keegan Patterson in the first half connecting with Rashad Rochelle for a 64-yard pitch and catch. That was a big play in that first half for Indiana State.
This is the longest play from scrimmage from either team. And, you know, I understand the score and I get all that. But, I mean, that's just, again, an idea of how just methodical Illinois State was. It wasn't a whole bunch of big plays. It was just a whole bunch of 6-yard gains.
That is the forward play of the game and the Epic Insurance Epic Player of the Game. We're going with the quarterback for Illinois State, Tommy Rittenhouse. He was 30 of 35 through the air, 317 yards, 4 touchdowns, no interceptions. He also had 5 carries for 19 yards and a touchdown. He was very effective today.
Yeah, I don't know that you can be any more effective, really, than unless he would have just pitched the perfect game. Just a great performance by him, great decision-making. Great job of delivering the football to wide open receivers.
So for Jim Leisure and Piper Watkins, I am Joey O'Rourke saying so long from Memorial Stadium, where the final score is the 17th ranked Illinois State Redbirds 52, the Indiana State Sycamores 20. All games airing on the ESPN networks are streaming live and archived on the ESPN app. This has been a presentation of ESPN.